Welcome to the channel and welcome to this 2,000 point game between Deathwatch and Orks. Today on the channel, we don't know what we're doing because we set up a lovely table here and we're going to be playing an open war mission from this open war deck here. And when I say we, I mean me and Mikey C. Say hi, Mikey C.
Hello.
Thanks for wearing the mask and stuff.
It will make it even more difficult for your viewers to understand me.
I have no idea what you're saying there. So, yeah, we had lockdown, then we didn't have lockdown, then we had lockdown, and then we had don't wear mask, go out, don't go out. Socialised it, all it's changed it, and now thanks for following the most recent government guidelines and you're Batman. How have you been on since the lockdown? How have you been doing?
Not too bad. My job pretty much stayed open, so
right.
Which was good because otherwise I would have had no human contact for months.
Yes.
So that was bad, but I've been doing a bit of writing on the blog, a bit of painting.
Because you write for Frontline Gaming.
I write for Frontline Gaming, and I've got my own blog, St Andrews Wargaming.
St Andrews Wargaming, yeah.
You can find it on the socials.
Yes.
So yeah, bit of writing, bit more painting.
If I haven't linked your stuff, let me know, because I forget things. You also tried to set up a club as well in your area, and then lockdown happened. You were telling me off camera.
So me and a couple of guys in the area decided to set up a local gaming club.
You hero.
We got one session and then lockdown hit. The first lockdown.
Right.
And then we started up again with up to 6 people. And then the second lockdown hit. So I've not played many night games in 9th. I know all the rules, but I'm a little less practiced, so I'll get my excuses in early.
Okay. All right then. But you've brought the Deathwatch today. I've gone up against your Deathwatch before and the Gene Stealer cult that you have a couple of times. This is only the second time I faced you in the Deathwatch, actually.
Yes.
How do you like the codex? The codexes? You've got multiple codexes.
I really like the new codex. The fact that we get access to most of the Space Marine armory is amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think a lot of stuff's improved in the codex. Some stuff I think's been downplayed or downpowered, but it kind of needed it.
Yeah.
A lot of the special issue ammo was too good on certain units.
It was a bit broken when a whole army of Stormbolters took down knights and things like that.
Yeah, but the chapter tactics improved.
Yeah.
The heavy Thunderhammer has improved, which I'm so glad about. What's
happened to the heavy Thunderhammer?
So the heavy Thunderhammer has now gone to flat 4 damage rather than D6.
Nasty. And also your codex is like quadrupled in size.
It has.
Because you've got access to pretty much everything.
Yeah. Like
the Space Wolves and the Blood Angels as well. So Deathwatch are looking very powerful these days. However, not as powerful as the Orks, as Murphy's Waagh. Anyway, shall we find out what we're doing with this? Let's find out what we're doing. Okay, Mikey C, we've got objectives, deployment, and twist. So let's see, you can cut from there and take from the top or do whatever you want. The objective is, what are we doing?
Incisive attack.
Okay, let's do the deployment.
Ooh, that's good for the battlefield.
Weird deployment. And that one?
The twist is system interference. Oh dear.
Right, so we now know what we're doing. Incisive attack. There is this arrow type deployment going on here. Interestingly enough, that's only 18 inches apart in the very centre. The Orcs will be deployed on this side in the encampment. The Deathwatch will be coming out of the wastes here going that way. And we have 3 objective markers on the table. And you score them at the end of each battle round. 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. But at the start of each turn, you randomly roll and one of them will be worth 2 points. So it could be this one, it could be... So 1 point each, but one of them randomly, and it will change each turn, will be worth 2 points. There's no Slay the Warlord, none of the secondary objectives. It's just fight over these 3 objectives here. And the system interference twist is the range of all auras is reduced by 2 inches, which is interesting. That'll nerf you more than it will nerf me. System interference, some Orky technology is wobbling, affecting things. Yeah, scenery-wise, we're going to count this stuff as difficult and light cover. As simple as that. So it will slow you down and it's light cover if you go through it. We're not going to count it as obscuring because it isn't that high. So light cover, difficult ground. These things here, we'll count all of these as ruins and follow the rules for ruins. So defensible, light cover, heavy cover, well not heavy cover, but all that sort of stuff. So wherever you see rubble, it'll slow you down. And as you can see, lots of nice line of sight blocking terrain all over the place. These walls here, these MDF walls, are made by cromlech.eu. I'll probably forget to link them as well. Let's have a look at these armies. Right, this is 2,000 points worth of Orks. These are lucky blue gits. So I've got a 6-up invulnerable save, and I can reroll a hit, a wound, or damage per turn. And I brought lots and lots of boys, so there should be a high body count. Leading the charge will be Big Mac Bob with his custom force field, and I've given him follow me lads, so he's essentially, that's his warlord trait, he's like follow me lads over here. He's essentially going to act as the war boss. He's got breaking heads and Waagh, and super cyborg body, obviously. It would probably be better to give him the claw, but he's a mech, so super cyborg body, he's more machine than man. And Weird Boy Will. I've upgraded Weird Boy Will to a warp head, so he's got the jump and warpath. And I've upgraded Big Mac Bob as well. Big Mac Bob is the cleverest boss. He's got an extra wound and attack and a weapon skill of 2-up. And that's the warp head strat. So essentially I start the battle with 10 command points. Right, then I've got 52 boys. These are 2 units of 11 shooter boys. There's 30 of the slugger chopper boys. I've bought some emergency food over here. All the boss knobs have got claws. A unit of looters. Unit of knobs. Unit of mega knobs. So the nobles are coming along as well. And then in the backfield, we have the tractor gun team and the mega cannon team. Transports, shotgun dragsters. It's basically a list that has very few in the backfield. Lots and lots and lots of orcs pushing forward into the Deathwatch guns. It's going to be absolute carnage. One last note, this army was gloriously painted to level 3 painting standard by Den of Imagination Painting Studios. Right, we've got 2,000 points worth of the Deathwatch. Mikey C's spent a couple of CP as well. Remind us what the Deathwatch do.
So the chapter tactic for the Deathwatch is mission tactics.
Yes.
So I pick a battlefield role, which is probably going to be troops.
Yes.
Based on your army. And I get to reroll 1s to wound against them.
In the shooting and the fight phase.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also now get to reroll 1s to hit in melee against Xenos races as well.
All Xenos races.
All Xenos races, I believe.
Nice. That is very nice.
Very good with the extra attacks. Mm-hmm. So I have a battalion.
Yep.
Led by a Primaris chaplain on a bike. Mm-hmm. He is the Master of Sanctity and he has the Wise Orator Warlord trait.
Okay.
I've also spent a CP to give him an extra Warlord trait, which is Vigilance Incarnate.
What does that do?
So that allows me to pick one of my units within 6 of him at the start of the command phase, and they can choose a different battlefield role for the mission tactics.
Okay.
He's got the Recitation of Focus, which is the +1 to hit in shooting, and he's got the Exoration of Rage, which is +1 to wound in melee.
So you're looking at +1 to hit
with shooting,
and potentially re-rolling to hit, and then +1 to hit in melee, and you're going to be
+1 to wound in melee,
+1 to wound in melee, and you're re-rolling to wound
to hit.
Yeah. Nice, nice stackable abilities there.
Yes.
It would be a shame if he died really, really quickly at the beginning.
It would be a real shame, seeing as this is the first time he's been used. It's my converted chaplain, and it would be nice for him to do something, even with his reduced aura.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, his aura's gone down.
Oh. We also have a librarian with a jump pack and force sword. He has the relic Beacon Angelus, which essentially allows me to teleport a unit from the table to within range of him.
Okay.
Or if I've got a unit in reserve, they can come on, and I believe they can come on turn 1, thanks to the rules.
Okay.
He also has Pre-Morphic Resonance, which is from the Xenopurge new discipline.
Sure.
So that I pick a Deathwatch unit, they overwatch on 5s, they strike first in combat, and they get +1 to hit in combat.
Right.
It also has Fortified with Contempt, which gives me a 5+ save against wounds. So I feel no pain.
Okay.
I also have a Primaris Apothecary, who has the Chief Apothecary upgrade and the Selfless Healer Warlord trait.
Right.
Obviously, for obvious reasons.
Yes. So the Chief Apothecary, you have to pay to unlock it and make him a Chief Apothecary, but he's basically picking up a model for free.
But using the special rules, he'll have to be on top of the unit, because I think it's now down to an inch.
Yeah.
I'll need to check that.
I think his aura is 3 inches, so with system interference, 1 inch.
Yeah.
So he's going to be very, very close to a unit to do it.
He is.
But picking up models for free is nothing to be sneezed at, because it also affects bikers. You've got to have some models in the unit remaining. So if the chaplain dies, for example, you can't pick up. He's a unit of 1.
Yes.
But the Outriders or some guy with a heavy thunder hammer, it's powerful.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a Protease kill team.
Right.
So this is 5 veterans with Deathwatch bolters, which can use special issue ammunition now.
Yep.
And they have an Infernus heavy bolter.
Right.
They also have 5 Vanguard veterans, 2 with a pair of lightning claws and 3 with chainswords and bolt pistols. These will be combat squadding.
Yeah, lightning claws have got good now.
Yeah. I have another kill team with 2 missile launchers and 3 Deathwatch bolters.
Okay.
And then a unit of 5 veteran bikers. Sorry, this is a kill team. So 5 veteran bikers with 2 power swords and a power axe.
Nice.
Over here, we have another kill team. This is my combat one. I've got a heavy thunder hammer, a storm shield, a black shield with a power sword and chainsword.
Right.
I have a sergeant with twin lightning claws, a veteran with chainsword and a bolter, and a terminator with a thunder hammer and storm shield.
Okay.
I've got another 10-man kill team with storm bolters and 2 storm shields.
Yes.
Now the storm bolters don't get special issue ammo anymore, but it's still 10 storm bolters.
Yeah, it's still 10, and you still got tactical doctrine.
They also have a new rule called they are Furor Specialism.
Right.
Which means they get to reroll 1s to wound against troops.
Okay.
However, if I've chosen troops as my mission tactic, which I have, they get full rerolls to wound against troops.
Just all the time.
All the time.
Turned on all the time.
Yes.
Full rerolls to wound.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Against troops. I have a Fortis kill team, which is 5 intercessors with auto bolt rifles.
Okay.
And 5 outriders.
Yep.
Which I can now take in units of 5.
Yep.
Great. And then I have 5 intercessors, just with auto bolt rifles.
Okay.
I have a rhino. And I have the Corvus Black Star with Auspex Array, which allows me to ignore cover.
Yep.
And a Hurricane Bolter, along with twin assault cannon, and I think it's Black Star rocket launchers, something like that. They're basically blast weapons.
They've got good now.
It's really good. It no longer suffers the -1 to hit from moving and shooting. And it's got an awesome stratagem, which I will probably be using if I don't get first turn.
Yeah. So it looks like your army has got a fair amount of shooting, but also a fair amount of close combat punch in it.
Yes. All the veterans now get 2 wounds, which is amazing. They get 2 attacks base. They can, unless they've got a storm shield or a heavy weapon, they can all be armed with Astartes chainswords.
Yeah.
So 4 attacks on the charge.
Yeah.
Plus
shock assault.
Plus a stratagem where I can give everyone +1 attack.
Right.
In melee.
So it could be 5 attacks on the charge.
Could be 5 attacks on the charge.
And then you could potentially drop the Space Wolf strat on them or the Blood Angel strat on them, because there's a stratagem which allows you to pick the chapter tactic of any chapter on a particular phase, which is just dirty.
For the turn.
For the turn.
It replaces mission tactics for the turn.
Nasty.
Yes.
It's anyway, it'd be interesting to see what Deathwatch can do. Particularly with the mission that we've rolled, this open war mission. So let's go on to deployment. And so we're deployed for this 2,000 point open war game of incisive attack. There is kill team in there, kill team in there. And you've put a kill team with Stormbolters, 10-man squad in the Teleportarium.
Yes.
Costs a CP for this sort of shenanigans.
It does. I thought I can either bring them down your back lines and force you to make decisions, or pile up on you turn 1 to go after the objectives.
Yes. So we deployed the Outriders at the front. front and center. The way this mission works, actually, we were reading and rereading, is you roll at the start of a battle round to find out which one of these is worth 2 points instead of 1. But you score them at the end of the battle round. So, if you go first, then I have a chance to push you off objectives to score at the end of the battle round. Or if I go first, vice versa. So actually going second, it's one of those missions that favours going seconds for scoring.
Potentially, yeah.
So you want to go first to kill stuff, but you want to go second to jump on the objectives because you score at the end of the battle round. That makes things quite interesting.
It does.
But we're just scoring these, that's it. I've also put a unit in reserve because I was worried about this narrow entranceway here and all the boys piling through it. So I put a unit of shooter boys in a truck in strategic reserve so they can come on from the side of the battle grid. That's the other unit of shooter boys in a truck. The knobs are in that one. And then there's a horde of boys. Looters up in the corner. That was a nice little crow's nest we managed to find there. But this is going to be a little bit restrictive for the boys. Or is it? Is it the jaws of death and we want the Umis to come charging towards us into what? What?
No, I should say, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there. I should point out, because of the kill team mechanic, technically the biker combat squads, I think they gain the infantry keyword.
Right.
So in theory, they could go through the ruins, but that's a little bit gamey for the narrative mission. So I might just, do you know what? And it's better to just right through the entrance.
You're right, that's a Deathwatch specific thing.
It is. It's one of those quirks that, to make it simpler for mixed kill teams regarding the rules, I think that's how it works, but I may not be certain. I think they still keep it.
Yeah.
So they could technically go through here, but I probably don't need to.
No. That's something specific to Deathwatch because what happens in Deathwatch is you can get units of infantry and you can put bikes in them. So to combat some of the shenanigans that can happen when it comes to terrain, they've said, well, the bikes gain the infantry keyword and they can go up ruins and down ruins and all sorts of stuff, which is weird, but you can do that.
They also gain objective secured, which is really good.
Yeah.
So I think everything but my vehicles and characters are OBSEC in this game.
Why have you got your missile launchers pointing at a rock pile?
Because I wanted to keep them out of line of sight of your guns, and then forgot that the range of the guns wasn't that big. But they're basically so they, if I didn't get first turn, they could move on to the objective.
Right.
Okay, they're -1 to hit, but
so what you're saying is you're intimidated by orc firepower.
The looters can do some work with Daka, and because you're damaged 2, my 2 wind marines don't really get their extra wind bonus.
Yeah, I think these are going to be dead turn 1.
I hope so.
Let's find out who goes first, because it is open war, but you still roll off to see who goes first. I'm lucky blue gets. I got blue dice. You're black because you're... So you can choose whether to go first or second, which is an interesting conundrum. So scoring is better for second. What are we thinking, Mikey C?
I think I'm better going first. As you say, scoring is better for second, but if I can get my psychic powers up to protect my units, if I can push up and hopefully push you off the objectives, block this bit, and if I can try and deal with your looters on turn 1, I think that's going to work out better for me. So I think at the end of the game it may be disastrous and everyone will shout at me, but I think it's better for me to go first at the moment because I can hit you. If I can hit you hard and fast on turn 1 and maybe block some of the area here to your vehicles so I can keep my objective safe, things like that, I think that's better for me.
Final answer.
I'm taking first turn.
Deathwatch turn 1.
And there's no more C's!
Right, here we are after the Deathwatch command and movement phase. A solid thrust into the jaws of death, in towards the Orc encampment. The Corvus Blackstar zipping overhead. We had some advancing with the foot units here, the jump infantry, the unit with the missile launchers onto that objective there, and the active objective worth 2 CP at the end of this battle round is that one there. So if it ends like this, Mikey C will have 3 points. You've put some auras, some litanies from the chaplain onto the Outriders.
Yeah, so the Outriders now have +1 to hit and shooting.
Yeah.
And +1 to wound in melee.
So they're buffed up, and you're going to buff them up even more.
Yes. So the bikers advance, the rhino advance. The bikers advance so they can get in the range of the apothecary. These 2 units advanced as well, but they've got assault weapons, and they can hold the objective as they push up.
Yeah.
Those guys advance to sort of push your reserves back if you want to bring them in, and they moved up to hold the objective.
Nice.
So I think you can see my plan.
I can see it just forward.
So psychic phase.
Yes.
Psychic phase. We're going to put armored with contempt on them to start with, which gives them a 5+ shrug. This is warp charge 6.
Okay.
That goes off.
Feel no pain. Yeah.
I forgot to check where your cycle was, but I think
it's
he's
way
range.
back.
That's fine.
He's all the way over there.
We're then going to put pre-morphic resonance, which gives them +1 to hit in melee, overwatch on 5s, and strikes first in melee.
Pre what now?
Pre-morphic resonance.
Easy for you to say.
That's also a 6. That is a perils. Do you know what? My apothecary's right there. I'm going to eat that because I can heal him up.
Apothecary's there. Where is the Libby?
Libby's there. So I can, at the end of the movement phase, I can move him up.
Okay, so he takes D3 wounds.
So I will take D3 for 1.
Yeah.
But I can shrug it on a... No, I can't shrug it on a 6 because his order range is now down to 1 inch. So he wouldn't have been in range anyway, but no.
But at the end of the next moon phase, you could heal him.
Yes.
Okay, so the bikes are buffed up with pluses to hit and wound and all sorts of shenanigans. Now let's go on to the shooting phase. Right, the Deathwatch can choose which order the doctrines are in. The Devastator, Assault and Tactical. Mikey C's picked Tactical in turn 1. And the Corvus Black Star is opening up the shooting phase. Doing the Hurricane Bolters into the Grots and all the other guns into the Looters. I've spent the CP on Grot Shield. What are we firing first, sir?
We are firing the Hurricane Bolters so that if I kill your Grots, you have wasted that CP.
Yes.
And you can't use that. So I will be hitting on 3s because I ignore cover.
Yep. Any rerolls to this?
No rerolls. Okay. I will be wounding on 2s, I believe.
Strength 4, toughness 2.
Rerolling 1s because you're troops.
Yes.
2, 4, 6, 7 at -1. No cover save.
No cover. So 7 of the Grots just go pop. Next up, we've got the Black Star rockets firing into the unit of Looters. They're a unit of 10. So it's minimum 3 on the blast.
Yep. So
each rocket has 2d3.
First one is 6. I'll take
Nice.
that. Second one is 3, so 9. On 3s.
Yep.
So nice now to not have to be -1 to hit.
Yeah.
Wounding on strength 5, so wounding on 3s, but no rerolls because you're heavy support.
Yes.
Don't need it though. That's 7.
7.
-1.
Right.
No cover allowed.
-1, no cover. So first, does it hit Grots? Yeah, so there's it basically on a 2-up it hit a Grot. So the 3 Grots are dead. And then these are 6-up and vulnerable saves. Wow, you killed 2. Twin Assault Cannon.
Yep, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s.
And that's 5. 6.
On your invuln.
6 invulnerable saves.
Oh, nice.
Wow. So 5 Looters wiped out, the Grot Shield blown away. Now we're going on to this Intercessor squad with the Assault Bolters.
Yes.
They advance, but they're firing at this truck here.
They are.
Okay, so force to hit.
Force to hit. 5 to wound.
Yes.
-1 AP. That is 3.
3. So I need 5-up saves. It takes 2 wounds. It's got 8 left. Then the second squad fired at the truck. The chaplain fired at the truck. These unit of bikes advanced. They couldn't shoot. And the truck's down to 7 wounds left. Only 1 extra wound getting taken off. Now we're on to the Outriders. Now, the Outriders, the 2 at the front, can see all the way up to the Looters over here. So they're going to be firing on the Looters. The remaining shots going into that truck, trying to weaken it down.
Looters hitting on 2s because Recitation of Focus isn't the closest unit. It's just +1 to hit. Okay. So hitting on 2s. Great.
Nice.
Wounding on 4s.
Yep.
AP -2. So 4 wounds, so 4 6-ups.
6-up and buns. There's one looter left standing. And then the remaining shots into the truck.
Hitting on 2s.
And you don't want to kill it.
I don't want to kill it.
Why don't you want to kill it?
Because then you'll put your boys out behind and it'll be a long charge for me.
All right, okay.
I'd rather charge and push you back a bit.
Okay.
Winding on 5s. 3 minus 2.
6s. I don't make any of them. It's on 4 wounds left. Last thing left to fire. 2 missile launchers down in this squad here can see over the walls and target the second truck. But they're hitting on 4s because they're heavy and you moved.
Bolters are out of range even with the increased range of the ammo.
Yep.
1 hit.
Okay, wounds on a 3.
Wounds on a 3. 1 wound. Minus
6 up
2.
in fun. Don't make the 6 up in fun.
D6 damage.
For 6
I'll take
damage.
that.
Now, the ramshackle rule on a 6, that's cocked.
I'd give you that. That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, no, that's fine. This was an off chance. That
Well,
you could
I'll
see
take it.
You could see the whole face.
On a 6, damage D whatever is reduced to 1. So you've just basically blown off a bit of that truck that I don't need.
That's absolutely fine.
And that's it for the shooting phase. Now the Outriders are going to charge the truck. I'm not spending a CPU to Overwatch on the truck.
Are you sure?
No, let's see how far they go. Yes, I'm sure. No.
I need a 4. I get a 7.
So the Outriders end up here after the charge and pile in move. Now they're hitting on 2s because of the psychic power. And remember, Deathwatch always re-roll hit rolls of 1.
In melee.
In melee. So
Against
any Xenos.
Yes.
So you're hitting on 2s, re-rolling.
Okay, hitting on 2s.
After the re-rolls to hit, that was 28 hits. Now they would be winning on 5s, but they're winning on 4s because of the Chaplain Exoration of Rage.
Yes.
+1 to wound. 19 5-up saves. I've got 4, it's dead.
I don't get to complain about my dice rolls in this game, at least not at the moment.
It blows up. Right, this could be painful. Because everything within 6 inches takes D3 mortal wounds. And there's 1 of the Space Marines and plenty of the boys. Here's on the Space Marines.
3.
That's a 3.
5-up shrugs.
Yes, because of the psychic power. Wow, okay. Then the explosion killed a couple of grots, 2 wounds on the mech gun, 1 wound on this truck, 2 of the boys died in the explosion. There's 11 guys inside that truck, and 1 of them will die on a 1.
Nice.
Oh, none of them die. Then the boys disembark, then the bikes consolidate, pile in, the other thing. They've tagged the truck tried to run over 1 of them, failed, but you haven't tagged this unit here. But more importantly, if we have a look from this piece of scenery all the way across to this piece of scenery, they have blocked off the entranceway and they are screaming Gandalf-esque, "You shall not pass."
So basically, I wanted to stop if your truck wants to fall back, the boys are... Basically, I've stopped your boys from swarming me.
Yeah.
Turn 1 at least.
It's a bit of a bottleneck.
These guys, because they can go through, they can probably get through.
Well, I've got to go up and over the ruin, I think.
Oh, do you? Okay, then maybe not then. Plus, they can't advance and charge because your war boss is too far.
I've got a morale test on the grots, their leadership 4. I lost 2, so they fail. 1 runs away. And on 1s, like that one, so 2 grots have run away. And then over here, this looter needs a 1. He needs insane bravery to hang around. He's not hanging around, he's had enough. And so with the looters dead, with the truck dead, with explosions in the Orcs lines, that's the end of the Deathwatch. The Xenos Hunters turn 1. But remember, we score these objectives at the end of the battle round. So there's a chance for the Orcs to push back here in Orcs turn 1. Here we are after the Orcs movement phase, and I'll admit it, I am in a bad spot. So we need to kill these guys, and we're thinking about the application of overwhelming force. There's an objective here which I'm on. The shooter boys that came out of the truck, they can try and charge over here. Potentially, maybe. They've got objectives secured. Maybe I charge the Rhino and Slingshot and outnumber. So you've got objectives secured, but there's only 2 guys within range of that. So if I get a 3rd one there, I could charge weirdly. Meanwhile, the knobs got out of the truck, which fell back, and they can charge in. The boys can charge in. And everyone else is kind of stuck back there. I'm aware that there's an assault unit inside this Corvus Black Star, and I'm aware that there's a unit back here. Now, with some shenanigans, I could potentially jump on all 3 objectives. And then I'm going to get hit really hard by the Deathwatch. But maybe if I get a couple of points in the lead now, it'll cushion the blow. Maybe. Right.
Maybe.
So the first thing I need to do is a warpath up. What are we thinking?
Do you want to move that? You haven't moved that yet. Do you want to do that before you psychic, or are you staying there?
Oh yeah, thanks. I'll put that right there. I'm going to shoot at bikes.
Fair enough.
Shooting. Can I see him?
Probably.
1 minute. Yeah, I can. And I'm trying to block that a little bit, so your guys will have to go up and over to... Which they can do. They can get up and over to charge into my lines. Right. Weird Boy Will here is going to warpath up these Meganobs. He's got +3 to cast because of the green energy surrounding him. And that's a perils.
That's a boom.
That is a boom. I'm going to spend a command point. And that's still a perils. Right, they are warpathed up. He takes D3 mortal wounds for 2 mortal wounds. Now I need to jump them.
Are you sure?
Without periling. And I get +3 to cast that. It's not 12 or more, so his brain doesn't explode. The Meganobs disappear. They disappear like that, and then rematerialize over in this corner of the battle grid, ready to charge on to them. The good thing about this is it's -2 going through terrain, but in the charge phase I can end up within an inch without going into the terrain. Bit of shenanigans there. The downside is I'll put a unit of Meganobs right in the corner of the battle grid and they move forward, and potentially you could ignore them. Now, they haven't reappeared from reserves. It counts as a movement, so no Auspex scan either going on.
Yes, we weren't sure about that, but we've decided not to. I might have Auspex scan. If you were doing the big unit of 30, definitely with the frag missiles, but I might have been able to take 1 out with some crack missiles, but... Or you know, the special issue ammo would have been useful.
But they're there. They're there. They're
not going to make the charge, so it's fine.
They're going to make the charge.
It's
going to be fine. Now, we're going to shoot some guns. Then the Orcs made lots of loud banging noises from the shooters here, from the sluggers there. I fired all the small arms into this unit of bikes, winning them on 5s. It's the only thing I could target with these guys, really. And you have a 3-up save and a 5-up shrug. And... that's it. Just loud banging noises, no damage at all.
2 winds got through the armour and I made both my shrugs.
Yes, but now we're on to the big guns that never tire. I've got a shock jump dragster. Anyway, I'm going to start with a shock jump dragster into these guys here. And let's use the targeting squig and everything. Yeah, so targeting squig hits on 3s.
Nice.
And it's strength 8.
So, doesn't matter.
What?
I was thinking of playing transhuman on them for CP.
Right.
What other weapons has he got?
It's also a rocket, which is strength 8 -3, 3 damage.
I will play it, even though you've rolled already, but it doesn't matter. I will play it for 1 CP. I'll play transhuman on them.
Yeah, because they're basically the only unit that's going to get lit up by a lot of stuff.
Basically, yeah.
But anyway, that's -3.
-3, so
a shock rifle.
Make 1.
You make 1.
I'm rolling. Too hot today.
And it's D6 damage.
It's D6. Okay, yeah. Let's see if I can shrug any of these. Keep 1 alive.
Best gun in my army, to be fair.
I can shrug 3. Wow. Some 1s down to a wound.
Here's the rocket, which hits and dackers. And I still haven't done... No, that's the dacker.
Oh, sorry, that's dacker.
And I still haven't done my reroll to hit. So the rocket hits twice. A single rocket hits twice. And wounds on 3s.
1 wound.
And I can reroll a wound because I'm a thing. So that doesn't wound because of transhuman. That's -3, 3 damage.
-3.
Yeah.
So 1's down to
1 wound.
1 wound. That's saved. Oh no, 3. Sorry, -3. I'm used to rockets being 2. -3.
Oh no, you're right. It is -2.
Oh, okay.
It is -2. You make the save. So the Outriders have been absolutely lit up, but they're still hanging in there. One of them on 1 wound left. Then I spent a CP on Temperamental Shock Drive after shooting with a shock jump dragster. Afterwards, it then moves and counts as the advance, which means it teleports all the way over there. And the reason why I've done this is because I'm trying to give Mikey C something to think about. I can't have my entire army in front of him. He'll only have 1 way to go that way. So anyway, let's do the other shock jump dragster, firing into your bikes. Doing the targeting squig. No, I'll do the rocket first, which hits and wounds. And that's a -2 again.
-2.
Please don't save it.
Sorry.
I said please.
You did ask nicely.
The targeting squiggy thingy bob hits on 3s.
Yep.
There's a daka.
Nice.
And I haven't re-rolled to hit yet.
Was that not a hit? Does it not hit on 3s, you said?
Oh, it did, yeah. They both hit anyway. Oh, yeah, they all hit. What am I doing? Strength 8.
So 4s.
And I can re-roll that.
Yep. 2.
No, so that is -3d6.
I mean, I don't think transhumans worked at all, but oh well.
I think it might have saved 1
Done
or
alright. 6s. Nope.
Okay,
First one does...
First one does 2.
He's only got 1 wound. Oh,
Gets wiped out. And the second one...
Does 6.
Nice. Maybe I finally kill 2 of these guys.
Don't say that, because
No,
then
maybe.
you won't.
Die, you means die.
You do. 2 die.
Yay.
Nicely done.
Right, we're getting somewhere. Finally, I think I should be able to charge and smush them with the chargy and smushy now.
Well, I've now removed those, so your boys have a long charge to make. Longer.
Yeah, but we'll get in there. We'll be fine.
Yep.
So now I can shoot these big guns up at the flyer? Or do I shoot? Yeah, I need to take this out. It's got too many guns. It's going to be an anti-horde killer. So the tractor cannons, I'll fire at the same time. They auto-hit. It's just a case of wounding, though.
Just think, I completely forgot. If I'd used the stratagem where you couldn't target the gun unless it's the closest, which ones are the tractors?
These.
Oh, that's fine then. It would have been fine.
Yeah, it's at the start of the phase, right?
It's the start of the first battle round, but because I got first turn, I thought, I don't need it.
So if this is alive in battle round 2,
Can't use it. It's only battle round 1.
Battle round 1.
It's only
You
battle
pick a
round 1.
Corvus Blackstar and say you can't fire it unless it's the closest. Right, okay. So if the bikes were here, you can... That's a useful strat. I like it.
If I hadn't got first turn, I would have used it because you couldn't have shot at them with your big guns.
You can't shoot it unless... I like it. It's good. I hope that rolls out to some other flyers, particularly like the Dark Angels. They've got that stealthy one.
The Nephilim and the Dark Shroud.
Yeah.
Which is basically guns pretty good now.
They should have that rule on them now because they're all sneaky, the Dark Angels. Anyway, so the 2 tractor guns shoot up. Now I need to wound. They're both strength 8. And they both wound.
Nice.
I
Minus?
think they're only -2. They're basically rocket launchers.
Okay,
Right.
5 to save.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. People who have seen my previous games know this isn't how it normally goes.
Right.
The black dice, the Deathwatch love the black dice.
They do, aren't they? The Mega Cannon of Doom, number 1, we do these independently because they have D6 shots each. So that one has 3 shots. It's going to be 4s to hit, which is 5s to hit because you're a flyer.
Oh, you're going into the fire.
And that does a mortal wound to myself because the gun overheats.
2 hits, no?
These are strength 8.
So 3s.
And they both wound. This is -3 this time. So now you need 6s. Now you need a really fluke it.
Easy.
No. 2d6 damage on your flyer.
Nice.
5.
Reroll.
I'm going to command point that. I need everything I can get here.
8. 8's more better. Respectable. More better.
So
8 is more better. I speak the English good.
it was good. I like it. Right, it's got 6 wounds left.
It's got 6 remaining.
Let's do the other Mega Cannon. Number of shots. 6 shots. 6.
Do you want to reroll that?
I need 5s. No. I need 5s though. 1 hit.
Ooh.
And it takes another mortal wound, putting it down to 3 left, that gun. Now to wound. It wounds. Now a 6-up save. Now if I roll a 6, I take out the Corvus.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Is Gork and Mork with me?
Oh.
Not today.
Reroll?
I've already done my reroll. I've done my CP. Then the last thing left to fire was the Mega Knobs into this unit here, and they have a 2-up save because we said that this is difficult and light cover. Nothing wounded. That is the end of the shooting phase. I've killed 2 Outriders and I've bracketed the Corvus Blackstar, which is pretty good for Orc shooting phase, to be fair. Now we are going to charge. I will charge with the shooter boys into the Rhino. Would the Rhino like to overwatch?
No, it would not.
Okay, let's see how far they go. And I can re-roll any or both of the dice.
Yep.
Because I'm an Orc. And we are going 7 inches. Right, so that unit ends up there. Shenanigans are about to happen. Well, when I pile in. Next up, we are going to charge the... What?
You have to pile into the closest unit, though, which will be the Rhino.
Yes, but I can pile in a bit closer to the Rhino and come this way, because closer to that objective. See, you can... Yeah.
You could steal them all here. That's annoying.
That's what I said. I said with some shenanigans going on, I could potentially get some points in turn 1, and then you'll utterly kill me in turn 2, turn 3, and then hopefully, maybe squeaky bum time, make a victory. You see,
nice.
That's the plan. You've got to have a plan.
It's a good plan.
That way, you know when you're not following it.
Orcs don't have plans.
I have a plan.
They just hit stuff.
I am the mind of Gork. Or possibly more. We're charging with Meganobs here. Would you like to overwatch?
No, I'm saving it for the guys that can overwatch on 5s.
Right, this is part 2 of the plan. This is part 2 of the plan. Charge. Right, it's a 5 and a 1. Let's re-roll that.
You can re-roll only 1. That's frustrating.
Ooh!
No, that's a fail.
Part 2 of the plan has failed.
Damn, that's significant.
Right, we're off over here now. We're going to do part 3 of the plan. The boys are charging Outriders. Would you like to overwatch?
I will overwatch. I'll pay the CP because they hit on 5s.
Because of your psychic shenanigans.
The boys? Oh yeah.
Doing the boys first, then I'll do the knobs.
Because the range on the boys
Yes, I've also got the custom force field over the boys.
That's fair enough. What's the charge on the... I mean, it's not even a long...
What's from there? It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Oh well, on the off chance I can kill a few.
Okay.
They were sacrificial anyway. So.
Okay.
5s.
Are you what do you mean sacrificial? They're noble Astartes. What are you doing sacrificing noble Astartes?
They were plugging the gap. 5s and then
so many jokes just bump.
The +1 to hit doesn't apply in Overwatch,
PG.
so
they're plugging the gap. Don't say anything about plugging gaps.
Force to wound.
Force to wound.
1. 1 at -2.
5 and 1. Thanks for trying.
Well, not bad.
Charge. I think they're in.
8's in, yeah.
The swarm of boys. Mob of boys. Herd. Murder of crows. What am I trying to say?
A plethora of
A
boys.
plethora of boys charges the Outriders. Now we have the knobs, and they charge the Outriders as well. And that's the end of the charge phase. Mikey C paying transhuman physiology one more time on the Outriders to try and keep them alive. Big swarm of boys here. The Rhino with double measuring. I'm not actually within 3 of that objective, so when I pile in, my magic isn't going to happen there. And I failed the charge over here. So it went from, I have an opportunity to stop them scoring all 3 to, I've just got 1. But so let's do the orc stuff. Let's just punch them. Let's just smack these puny humans down and eat them, because that's what they do. You're like
these
food.
mighty Astartes. Let's punch down the mighty Astartes.
Yes, and then sing songs after we pull the meat out of the joints and eat them up and yummy, yummy, yummy. I've got meat in my tummy. And I'm gonna turn it into poo. That's the orc song.
It's beautiful.
I like
beautiful.
it. Right, okay. Kill saws. Hit on 4s because they're unwieldy.
Reroll?
I'll do one of my rerolls.
Nice.
And they are strength 10.
Winding on 4s though.
Some knobs. Yes. And I'll do one of my rerolls. And then -4, 2 damage.
Okay, no save then, but still. 2 damage.
5 up.
No one's winded, so I'll just do these together.
Yep.
5 up shrugs. I shrug 2.
Then the big choppers on 3s. And it would be 3s, but it's 4s because of transhuman. 3 saves at -1. 4 ups.
Fail 2 damage.
2 damage each.
2 damage each.
You're going to have to do it separate, aren't you?
No, well, you're not going to... Oh, yeah, sorry, 1 is on 2 wins, you're right. So first one kills 1, second one, 2 wins on another.
Okay. And the 2 guys at the back can't fight, but the guy around the side there can fight, but he's just got choppers. He hits every single time. He's going to win on 4s, choppers, and they have no AP or anything. So 3 wounds, 3 3-up saves, 1 damage.
Fails 1.
5 up.
Saved. That power is paying for itself.
Now, before we do any more charging units, because of the psychic power, the Outriders now get to fight. And they're fighting the knobs.
Has to be.
Yep.
2s.
Yep. Everything hits.
Everything hits.
Nice.
Wounding on 3s, your
Yes.
toughness 4.
Yes.
So I've still got the +1
Yes.
in effect.
And you reroll ones to wound versus troops, is
Troops
it?
only.
Right, so they're
So 4 at -1.
okay, so 4 5-up saves, because knobs normally have a 4-up save. Oh, look at that. One of them is dead, because they have 2 wounds each. Then I'm going to pile in with the boys, and we end up there. Now, I've only got 6 boys, actually, within half inch who can fight, but one of them is Declaw, who's there. He was relatively close to the front. 3 attacks, but he gets an extra attack because that unit has 20 more models. Because orcs fight better when there's more boys around cheering them on.
Oh, the Mega Knobs were Warpath.
Yeah, they would have been. Yeah. If I walk past these guys, he would have had 5. Yeah, you can get a unit of 30 boys up to like 150 attacks or something crazy. Anyway, 4s to hit with the claw. And let's re-roll one of these because I'm lucky. He is very lucky. And it would be 2s to wound, but because of transhuman, 4s to wound. And let's re-roll one of them.
Only one?
Only one wound.
-3.
Still -3.
Nope.
D3 damage. For 2 damage, 2 5-up shrugs.
Nope. 1 more is slain.
And then the 5 boys. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s.
Ooh.
9 3-up saves.
That was pretty good.
It was good. And that's good as well.
That's better.
And then a 5-up shrug.
Nope. Takes 2.
Then we did some piling in and stuff. The big swarm of boys into the Outrider. This swarm of shooter boys into the attack the Rhino. I took 5 wounds off of it in the end. Claw doing most of the damage there. But this is where we've ended up after turn 1. The Rhino's down to 5 wounds left. There is a team inside of there, and I'm not outnumbering or within range of this one here. I've hurt the Outriders. I've hurt the Corvus Blackstar. I've failed to take any of the objectives that I was trying to shenanigans my way on to. And that's the end of Orcs turn 1. You have got a morale test to take on the Outriders. There's no sergeant there, so the leadership's 7. We can burn 2 CP.
I'm wondering...
A Outrider with 2 wounds left.
Do you know what? I've not spent that many so far. It's probably one, because I can heal them and bring one back with the Apothecary.
That's a long way to run. To get within an inch.
You can fall back 14.
Oh yeah, of course you can fall back.
back.
Yeah, you could heal him and pick
I
one
think
up.
I'll do that then. I think I'll spend the CP.
Burning 2 CP on insane bravery.
Because I can get one back with the unit, or else I could lose. It's a 50-50 shot. I'll lose the unit.
You're right. Yeah. In your turn, he can zip back here, be within range of an Apothecary. He brings one back and heals him.
Yeah.
And they cost 70 points each.
No, they're not that expensive. They're 45 each.
Are they?
Yeah.
45.
It's
It's a
pricey.
bargain.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1. So that is the end of Orcs turn 1. And then that's the end of Battle Round 1. And at the end of the Battle Round, you'll get 1, 2, 3 points.
Yep.
I'll get 1 as we go on to Deathwatch. Turn 2. Okay, so here we are after the movement and command phase for the Deathwatch. And indeed, the Outrider did fall back. And the Apothecary, it's interesting, you could heal the wound on the Librarian, you could heal the wounds on the Outrider because he's a Master Apothecary, and pick one up. So lots of wounds restored to this bubble here. You've also spent ACP on hit and run warfare, which means they can fall back and shoot, which is a glorious thing.
Yes.
And the Chaplain have buffed this unit this time with the +1 to hit and the +1 to wound. So the second unit of bikes zipped through this way. So bikes moving forward, backwards, zooming around all over the place. The unit from the Rhino got out and moved this way, close to that objective before the Rhino fell back. We had a unit come around over here, and the Vanguard Vets are jumping back to take on the Mega Knobs. This is the active objective for this round. So you need to do something about the Mega Knobs. Otherwise, they could prove a problem. There's a lot of attacks here, which could steamroll their way through there. And in the backfield, the cargo dropped from the Corvus Blackstar, ready to charge through and sow some damage in my back lines. And the Corvus Blackstar zipped over there.
And it's going to drop a bomb on this unit of boys.
Drop a bomb on the unit of boys. Last thing to note is you still got a unit in reserve.
I do.
Because you've put so much pressure down on the right flank, the left flank, in the centre, Leaving them off the board for now. No real key areas where they need to hammer. And having that unit in your pocket, ready to bring him in turn 3 is fine. And it's also open war. You can bring him in turn 4, turn 5.
Well, I'm probably wasting my rerolls to wound, but I think I've got enough to deal with the boys. I wanted to send them after the knobs with their firepower, but having to deploy them back, I couldn't rapid fire as many. So I think I'm okay here. I thought about putting them back here and going after your big guns or your character, but I can't do that. So I'll hold off just now. I don't think I need them at the moment. They could have gone after the knobs, but I'd rather just charge them.
You'd rather just charge them?
I'd rather just shoot them.
I'd rather you just charge me as well. Have a big scrap down this end. It'd be lovely. Right, so bombs. What do these bombs do?
So roll 1 die for each model in the unit up to 10. On a 6, they take a mortal wound.
Okay, so 10 dice coming in.
It's only 6s, but this isn't once per game. This is every turn if I choose.
Yeah, you can drop a bomb every time you fly over something.
That's 1.
So bombs drop from the sky. One of the boys goes, no, it doesn't do it. That's it for the movement phase. Now we're going to do some psychic shenanigans. What's going on, sir?
We're doing Fortified with Contempt on the bikers, so that's the 5-up save.
I like it.
That fails. Let's CP that.
Okay.
That passes on a 10.
So they're going to be just as hard to... Mind you, can't do transhuman on them.
I cannot.
But you buff them up again. Right.
And then we will do Premorphic Resonance on them as well. So this is the combat one.
Right.
That does go off as well.
What is Premorphic?
So that's +1 hit in melee, Overwatch on 5s, and Strike First.
Nice. So that drops Mikey C down to 4 command points left. We're starting off the shooting phase with this unit of bikes. Oh, one other bit to notice. You're in the assault phase. You picked the assault doctrine because there's going to be lots of punching happening very soon.
I decided I wanted the extra AP against the Meganobs.
Yes.
And basically with your 6-up invuln, it doesn't really matter my bolters for most of the army.
Yeah. Because this would be -1 in tactical by over 6. So anyway, bikes firing into big swarm, horde, herd, pack of boys. Pride. A pride of lions. Pride of boys.
20 shots, hitting on 2s because of the litany. That's a number of 1s.
That's a lot of 1s. 4s. 6 up saves. 6 die. Then we come across to the right to this kill team, just below the walls of the Orky outpost, unloading into the shooter boys. There's a mixed squad here. What are we starting off with first?
So we have the Infernus Heavy Bolter. I'm going to fire both profiles because we're limited to -1, which I'm on anyway for moving.
Yep.
So the Heavy Flamer is 1, which wins.
6. 1 dies.
And then the Heavy Bolter hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. Rerolling the 1 for my mission tactics, and that fails.
More shots? There must be more shots.
Yes, we will have the 4 Deathwatch bolters. I will use the Hellfire rounds for +1 to wound.
Okay.
So hitting on 3s.
Is Hellfire +1 to wound now, not just wounds on 2s?
Yes, it's now +1 to wound rather than wounding on 2s.
Okay.
3s, rerolling 1s.
Because they're infantry.
3. Because of troops.
3 6s. You've killed 3 in total so far. Then the Outriders fired into the boys, causing 4 wounds, 4 more saves, 2 more die. And then the Chaplain killed 1 more. And now the Apothecary is going to chuck a frag grenade, which is minimum 3. That's okay. Hits on 3s. No wound on
5s.
Yeah.
Rerolling the 1.
Granada!
1 wound.
Granada explodes. Kills another boy. Then pistol fire from the characters fired in here. There's 4 boys left in this squad. Then this kill team here decided not to fire into that squad and instead fired back into the Slugger Chopper squad, killing 8 of them. So small arms erupting in the middle of the battle grid. Boys falling all over the place. We're across to the Corvus. It's hitting on 5s because it's a bit nerfed. It's only got 3 wounds left. Where are you putting the firepower from the Corvus, sir?
Everything's going into the grots.
Into grots?
The biggest threat in your army.
Why into grots?
Because they're OPSEC, and if I can kill them, then I can maybe steal this objective from you.
That's tactics.
That is tactics.
All right then, let's...
I was going to charge them, but it's risky to get up and over.
Up and over. Right, okay, let's murder some grots. What are we doing first?
We'll do the cluster launcher, so it's 2d3, minimum 3. First one is 3, second one is 3.
3, okay. 5s to hit.
2.
2s to wound. Any AP?
-1.
Right, that's 2 dead grots.
Then the Hurricane Bolter. Hurricane Bolter, 5s to hit. Ooh.
That's pretty good, Daka.
Pretty tasty. 2s to wound, rerolling 1s.
7 6-up saves. And there's only 4 Gretchen left, so that unit are wiped out. And the Deathwatch have taken that objective. So the Gretchen explode under the firepower of the Corvus Blackstar. The unit that got out of the Corvus Blackstar, not a lot of shooting in this unit because they're a punchy unit, did strip 4 wounds off the shock jump dragster with grenades and
Vengeance bolts that are now 2 damage.
Now we're coming all the way across to this corner. The Meganobs are about to get lit up. 2 missile launchers coming in hot.
Crack missiles. 1 hit.
Wounds on 2. They get a CP in it?
Nah, I'm keeping my CP for fun stuff.
2s to wound?
2s to wound.
It's AP -2.
Yes.
They have a 2-up save, so it becomes a 4-up save. Make the save. How lucky is that? Now vengeance rounds from the bolters.
Yes, you get a 2-up save, but every failed save is 2 damage.
Yes.
So 3s to hit. 4s to wound. That is 2 wounds.
Yeah,
3 wounds, sorry.
So no AP, but 2 damage at a time. I'm lucky again. But more firepower is going to come into the Meganobs from this unit here, firing 15 shots with the assault bolters. On 3s.
On 4s.
Any AP on this?
Nope, no AP. That's 4 wounds. Oh, nice.
One of them is down to 1 wound. Meganobs start off with 3 wounds, so that one's on 1 wound left. That's the end of the shooting phase. Now we're charging a 5-inch charge with the Vanguard Vets into the Meganobs, starting here.
Yep.
And they're
That's
in.
perfect.
And the Vanguard come crashing into the Meganobs. Now you're going to choose to charge with this as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving up the objective, but I don't think you can get it.
Yeah.
And more attacks. I think if I can deal with them, they might not have enough to deal with them. But if I can take out that unit, it means I can jump onto the objective. I should have advanced them.
Okay.
But I do need an 11, so
Okay.
Odds are. No.
Then we're back to the centre, the bikes charging into the boys.
Just enough.
That is enough. 3 inches, but it's enough. Sometimes 3 inches is all you need for a good pile in.
Exactly.
So the bikes end up there. The chaplain and the second Deathwatch squad go charging into the remaining shooter boys. Over here, the unit that came out of Corvus has charged the shock dragster. What you?
I'll try and put the librarian into these so that I've noticed charging them in, I'm exposing him, he can be shot. The apothecary will be shot, but I can try and get him in.
Okay.
8's probably enough. Yep.
And that's the end of the charge phase. We have multiple charges. The boys engaged all across this battle grid. And of course, we're going to start off in this corner with the Vanguard Veterans. And Mikey C is spending ACP on Death to the Alien. So you get +1 attack. Now you've got the Sergeant there, who's got 2 attacks and 2 pairs of Lightning Claws, plus Shock Assault.
Yes.
You've got a bajillion attacks coming in out of these 2 Lightning Claw guys here.
So these are Lightning Claws hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Rerolling 1s because I'm Deathwatch.
Attacking Xenos, yeah.
Wounding on 4s with rerolls.
Yep, because that's what Lightning Claws do.
And these are 2, 4, 6, 7 at -3.
Yeah, it would be -2, but -3 because the Assault Doctrine is in effect. So I need 5s, and I make 4. Interesting. So one was on...
3.
I make 3, so you kill 2, because 1 was on 1 wound. Looks like this. Now we've got 15 attacks with the remaining guys with their chainswords.
Yep, 2 base, 1 for Shock Assault, 1 for Chainsword, and 1 for Death Railing.
Nice.
3s, rerolling 1s.
There's a lot of 1s.
There's quite a lot of 1s.
And that helped.
That helped. 4s, no rerolls. That's
good.
pretty good. So these are at -2 thanks to the Assault Doctrine.
8 4-up saves.
Okay.
Wow. So interestingly, the Vanguard only managed to kill 2 of the Meganobs. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that fight. Meanwhile, I've paid 2 CP to interrupt. I'm going to interrupt. Look, this unit of boys, the 4 guys there are dead. There's the chaplain and they're dead. There's a couple of characters plus that kill team after them. But this squad might survive if I interrupt and whittle away a couple of these bikers first. So I'm going to interrupt here. This is where we've ended up after piling in. Let's start with Declaw. 4s to hit. I can reroll one of these because I'm lucky. Thank God. 2s to wound. I wound -3, sir.
Nope.
And D3 damage for 3 damage. But you have got your 5-up shrugs on
I
them.
do. I make 1, so 1's down to 1 wound remaining.
And the remaining 12 boys have 36 attacks because Slugger Chopper boys have 3 attacks each. I'm hitting on 3s. 5s to wound, and I need to do my reroll to wound. We have 11 3-up saves. And you failed 3, and now you got the shrug.
2 go through.
So only kill 1 bike. So we're now fighting back with the bikes. We've got power swords, power axes here, which are all +1 strength. You're hitting on 2s now?
2s rerolling 1s.
Yeah. 2s rerolling 1s because that's what Deathwatch do when they fight Xenos.
And then wounding on 2s rerolling 1s with the power weapons now.
Yeah, because of the +1 to wound. Litany.
No, that is 2, 4, 6, 8.
8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Here's 7. And I make 1, and here's another 1. And now the chainsword. Hit the
I'm not going to be able to wipe the squad. That's annoying.
Yeah.
2s, rerolling 1s. And then 3s, rerolling 1s.
Yeah.
That is 3 more -1.
3 more die. Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Wipe the squad. Why is that frustrating, Mikey C?
I should have brought the Stormbolters in.
Why should have you brought the Stormbolters in the
Because I
other
only
squad?
have to kill 3 more, and you couldn't. The
Unstoppable Green Tide.
yes.
If there is a unit left, I can recycle them. Mistakes were made, maybe. Now we're on to the Chaplain. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Yep.
Everything.
Okay. Wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s.
Oh,
Only 2.
only 2? Well, he does kill 2. So the Librarian's going to have to finish off the squad. 4 attacks on the charge, hitting on 3s. Only 2 hits.
Wounding on 3s though.
Yeah.
Rerolling 1s. Only 1.
6 up and bun. Nope. So the Intercessors are going to have to finish this off, this boss knob with a claw. Otherwise he's going to thump someone with that claw. We've got 3 that can attack here. That's 10 attacks including the Sergeant. Hitting on 3s. Gotta do this. Okay, 8 attacks. Wounding on 4s.
4s, yep.
And rerolling 1s.
No 1s.
5.
5 wounds go through.
I've got to make a lot of 6 up
AP
and vulnerable.
-1.
Well, I've got to make a lot of 6 up and vulnerable saves here.
Oh!
How did that happen? He's the luckiest orc. And he's still alive on 1 wound left. So from the fight in the centre, back here to the veterans. A mixed squad here. Let's hit the shock jump dragster with a heavy thunderhammer. 3 attacks on the charge.
Hitting on 4s.
Bang. Twice. Wounding on 3s. It's toughness 6.
Yes, toughness 8. So 3s, rerolling 1s. 2 wounds at minus.
A bajillion. I need a 6 up and vulnerable save, which I don't do, and each one does a flat 4 damage. The dragster's got 4 wounds left. He crunches it in half, and the dragster does not explode. And then the veterans pile in to that gun there, stopping it from shooting. More importantly, though, they're very close to Big Mac Bob. He's going to either have to run away, or will he be brave enough to fight them? I think probably running away.
My strike team, my combat strike team is going for your warlord. We've heard rumours of a Waagh Murphy, although he's never been spotted.
He's been spotted once or twice, but the thing is, most orcs, well, anyone who encounters Murphy, it's a Waagh, dies. Absolutely dies. So there's been no reports back. And also most of the orcs that hang out with Murphy as well tend to die too.
I mean, last time I faced you with the Deathwatch, we did create Kevin.
We did. We created
I
Kevin.
hope we do not get a repeat of that here with another heroic character. But we shall see. We shall see.
We shall see, yeah. Yes. Kevin was born with Mikey C. Maybe this boss knob will be a hero. Let's find out by killing your librarian.
Yes.
On
risky.
4s. And I can reroll one of them because I'm lucky.
Only one?
Only hit you twice.
He's not killing them.
See, I could reroll that one with a command point. That would be cheeky, wouldn't it?
It would be nice if you could do it.
Let's do that. No! Okay, right, now to wound. He wounds. 6 up save.
3?
Yeah.
Nope.
D6 damage.
D3, surely.
D3 damage, sorry, yeah, what am I talking about? There's 3 wounds off the Libby. He's got 1 left. I could have taken him out. A hero was not born this day. Just 1 more to go. So then we come over to here. The Meganobs have piled into your Vanguard Veterans. I've got 4 guys left with kill saws.
We don't need to do this
We
one.
do need to do this. Meganobs have 3 attacks each. Pair of kill saws and extra attacks. So I've got 16 attacks that we definitely need to do.
No transhuman anymore, unfortunately.
I'm hitting on 4s though. The kill saws are a little bit unwieldy. But I can reroll one of these because I'm lucky.
Oh dear.
Strength 10. And so I'm winning on 2s. At AP -4, 2 damage each. So
AP -4?
Yeah, they're kill saws.
Okay, they're dead.
And that's the end of Deathwatch. Turn 2, the Vanguard jump back to try and push back the Meganobs. They failed in their task. However, in the centre of the battle grid, the remaining Deathwatch force has pushed deeply inside the Orc encampment and has sown murder amongst the lines. This guy will run away unless he rolls a 1. He runs away. The guy with the claw. He's gone. This squad here, I need a 1 as well on them. I don't get a 1. So one of them will flee, and the remaining boys will flee on 1/2s. And it looks like this. Just remembered, actually, I do need a morale test with the Meganobs up here. They're only leadership 7, so don't roll a 6. I rolled a 6. One of them flees.
Yes, that's slightly better.
And then on a 1, another one will flee. Actually, let's do the one with the wound. He'll run away.
Yep.
Don't roll any more 1s.
Oh!
I lost 3 Meganobs in the morale phase. Oh well, that's Orcs for you. We did do the attack backs with the Grots over here. They didn't manage to bite their way through Terminator armour. And that is the end of Space Marines turn 2.
That's... You were basically going to steal that objective off me. Now it's iffy.
I was gonna, but
Yeah.
now I'm probably not. 1 minute. I'll dig in through the rules to try and find a way to keep the Meganobs alive. Keep in order. Keep in order. On 6s, models don't flee. So let's do the injured one. And then let's do the 2 non-injured ones. Just give me 1/6, Gork or Mork, please.
Oh!
I get 1 back. I get 1 back.
You deserve 666 for that, I'm afraid.
So one of the Meganobs turns around and smacks his mate and says, "Where you going? You leave me alone. I need you here. We're going to be charging the objective. Get back right now." Orcs turn 2. Turn 2? Is it only turn 2?
Only turn 2.
It's been so brutal. Right, here we are after the Orc movement phase and a lot of thinking later. I'm down to 1 CP because I did Unstoppable Green Tide, the unit that were engaged with the bikes here. They fell back and disappeared, and another swarm have come in over here, ready to potentially charge this second intercessor squad up and over the ruins. There's the power claw there. And put some pressure on this objective here, because of course the Meganobs are going to put some pressure on the objective as well. So there's a good chunk of bodies over there, which will give the Deathwatch some pause, something to think about. Then my other unit of knobs are here, ready to clamber up and over and try and kill these guys. They're scoring. So I need to make that charge. We shall see. As for stuff in the backfield, staying static, this unit of what?
Assisting in combat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, oh yeah, because otherwise you're going to get a free hit on it, aren't you?
Well, just to warn you, I do have a stratagem where I can heroically intervene with this unit.
Oh yeah.
Because it's got a black shield, so...
Let's fall back with that. It won't be able to shoot anyway. Yeah, 1 minute. It's a vehicle, so it can shoot into combat automatically. Yeah, I've got storm shields there. But yeah, if you can heroically intervene, I move 3, you will be able to get in engagement range anyway. So there's no need for it to move. So we're going to be fighting over that objective. Hopefully I'll take that one back. We'll be fighting over this objective. Hopefully I better take that one back. It's 3 points to 1 in favour of the Deathwatch right now. To help me, Weird Boy Will, who I've ran away from this squad here, is going to cast a Warpath on the knobs. It's 18-inch range. I need a 7 though. and I haven't got any bonuses, so that doesn't help. He's also going to cast the jump on Big Mac Bob because I don't want him to
Coward.
die. No, he's... Oh.
And he fails.
And I've got 1 CP left. But I was kind of keeping hold of that CP because I need to kill this unit utterly for a reroll to hit. So I have to... Bob, you might die. Let's go to the shooting phase. Big shooter on the truck into the boys. Hitting on into the bikes. Reroll on them because I'm lucky. It's strength 5. I wound you. 3 up save on your bikes.
Yep.
Nope. And there's 3 shooters in that squad there into the bikes. Reroll one of them because I'm lucky. And there's a Daka. So shooters 2 hits.
2?
What?
Or shooters not 2?
Sorry, not shooters. Sluggers.
Oh, sluggers.
Sluggers, sorry. And reroll one of them because I'm lucky. So 2 wounds on the bikes with the sluggers.
One.
Trying to
shrug.
whittle
I
that.
do.
See, I'm trying to whittle that wound away. Okay.
No, he's only taken 1.
Bob he's only taken 1.
He's only taken 1, not he's down to 1.
Bob will do it. Bob won't do it. Reroll one of them because I'm lucky. Daka. 2 hits. 4s, 5s. Come on, Bob.
1.
Reroll one of them. 1 more wound on him.
That's it.
This isn't happening. Oh, tractor gun in combat, because it's a vehicle, hits. It hits.
It's everything, doesn't it?
Wounds on a 2. -2 D6 damage. How many storm shields you got in there?
I've got 2, -2. Let's put it on the Terminator, because quite frankly, I don't really need his Thunder Hammer to
Okay.
deal with you. So 3s, because of an effective 1+. Of course I fail. I'm not re-rolling that.
No? Command point? You got 3 left.
I'm saving them.
Okay, D6 damage.
You kill the Terminator.
Bang! So they crushed the shock jump dragster, went charging it, piling into that. The Gretchen are scrabbling at your kneecaps, and the turret turns around and bzzzt. It's a teleport thing. It crushes you into a... Yeah, I like it.
I hope I killed this Gretchen now, because otherwise I'm in trouble.
The other teleport gun is going to fire up at your... The tractor cannon is going to fire up at your flyer.
Yep.
It hits and wounds. 5 up save. -2.
Oh, only. Okay. Saved.
Okay, I'm going to have to do the custom mega cannon number 1. D6 shots. How many was that?
Ooh, 6.
Nice. 5s to hit because you're flying. That does a mortal wound to myself. I'm down to 2 left. That's a Daka. You don't get more than 1 mortal wound. Strength 8. 1 wound at -3.
Nope.
How many wounds you got left?
He's
3.
got 4. No, 3 remaining.
D6 damage.
3.
That's enough.
Does it blow? It does not.
It just peels from the sky. So custom mega cannon number 2 is going to actually shoot these bikes. I haven't got any other choice targets to shoot at. D6 shots for 1 shot.
Couldn't have done that against the Corvus.
Hits on a 4 and wounds on a 3. And it doesn't wound, and I don't have the clan culture because they're Gretchen.
Yes.
So the bikes survive. Now, the last thing that happened, I didn't think I narrated this earlier, is I moved the shock dragster around here, 24-inch range with its guns, and I'm in range of the Apothecary. And it's a character that isn't within range of 3... It needs to be a vehicle with 10 wounds, more than 10 wounds, or 3 models, and it's not.
I was aware that was a risk, but I thought it was worth that.
I've caught him with his pants now.
It was planned. It was planned.
He's exposed. Let's shoot him.
You won't let me expose myself on camera, will you?
He's exposed on camera. He's exposed. Please don't expose yourself. This, we can't expose Batman. We can't expose him. I'm not saying that you are Batman, but I will say that you haven't been seen in the same room as him.
I have not.
No. So, target and squig, 3s, and a Daka.
Oh, I'm not paying for transhuman because I want those CP to interrupt and other things.
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4.
2s.
3 wounds. AP.
-3. D6 damage on your Libby.
Okay, that's probably dead. But let's see. I save 1.
2d6 damage. 12 damage. Shrugs.
I mean, this is academic at this point, but
oh, you never know.
It might be worth transhuman, but nah.
Apparently the Emperor protects.
He did alright, but not quite. Dude, I know Primaris Apothecaries are amazing. I don't think they have 8-9 wounds.
No. Mikey C, that made me a little bit happy. A little bit.
That's because you're a bad man. You're a bad man.
Let's shoot some sluggers from here into that squad. And reroll 1. And then there's a Daka. And I'm wounding on a 4. And reroll that. I don't wound them. That's the end of my shooting phase, I think. These Meganobs don't have shots. They're fired. Everything is fired everywhere. Everything is fired everywhere. We are now going to be doing some charges. I'm going to charge with my knobs, the nobles up and over the walls into that unit there.
Yep.
You can't overwatch because I hit them.
Nope.
Tactically. Let's see how far they go. I can re-roll.
Probably need to.
7. That'll do. The nobles clamber over the walls to defend their stronghold. The Meganobs will now charge in Overwatch.
No, not worth it.
-2 to charge. Let's re-roll 1
I think
again.
it's enough.
Well, I want to kind of slingshot around a little bit.
Yeah, to get to the objective.
Like that. And then this squad is a 9-inch charge, and I'm only going to charge them, I think.
Well, you need an 11 to get into them, and
Yeah.
if you don't make it, you don't
It's a
get to
fail.
charge.
So last time I needed a 9-inch charge, things went badly for the Meganobs.
I mean, I don't think you're going to get many in based on where they are, but... Ooh.
I don't get any in.
You're not having much luck with the long charges.
Yeah, not much luck with the long charges. Not only did that fail, I wanted to jump Big Mac Bob. My plan with him is I was going to drop him over here, so then he could have charged in as well. And then there would have been more attacks on that squad holding that objective, and he would have also provided them with a 5-up and vulnerable save to shooting. But that didn't happen. That charge didn't happen. Now we're coming around to the truck. 1 CP for ramming speed. That could... No, I'm not going to spend the CP. I need the CP. Would you like to overwatch?
No, not worth it.
And the truck goes that far. The truck pulls a handbrake turn, does that, slams sideways into them. Now let's fight. Let's rip this objective out of your cold, dead hands. Meganobs versus Intercessors? Are they Intercessors?
Veterans.
Veterans. Are there any chainswords in this squad?
There are the 3 who do not have the missile launcher, have Deathwatch bolters and chainswords.
I need to kill them. I need to kill them. I've got 8 attacks with kill saws for Gork or possibly Mork. 4s. And I can re-roll 1 of these because I'm lucky.
Looking good, looking good.
And that's 6 hits. I will kill you on 2s. Strength 10, -4, 2 damage each. Just need 5 of these to wipe the squad.
It's done.
I've wiped the squad.
Excellent.
And the Meganobs finally pull it out of the bag and take that objective there. Wow. That was such a roller coaster of emotions for failing the charge and then you hitting them and then them running away, but some of them not running away.
If that one hadn't come back, I don't think you would have got the squad.
Yeah.
It was impossible to get the squad.
Yeah, breaking heads and all that. It's good. So, are you gonna pay to interrupt over here? Because I'm going here.
I've got 3 CP. I could interrupt and death the alien.
Right.
But odds are I won't kill enough to make a difference, so I think I'll save the CP for other things. Technically, the biker should strike first, but that doesn't matter because it's, a truck.
Because of
the psychic power.
The psychic power.
So we'll do this.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll go here. I've got 3 kill saws, 2 kill saws for 6 attacks. I hit on 4s because they're unwieldy. And I reroll 1 of these because I'm lucky. And again,
2s.
I kill on 2s.
Yeah. Yeah, that was probably a wise choice not to spend 3 CP.
See, because no matter what have happened,
I'd
have kept those guys alive.
Yeah.
And consolidated the closest enemy unit. See, because the engagement is 5 and 1.
Probably wouldn't bother. You're on the objective.
Well, I'm thinking I can shove them that way and these guys jump back into the terrain. Because they're going that way to that thing. Or that way. Yeah, let's do that. So yes, consolidating closer to the enemy Deathwatch forces. The nobles stand on the walls going, come on if you think you're hard enough. That sort of stuff. The bikers took 2 wounds off this truck here. I didn't do any wounds back to the bikers. But the main thing there is to stop you falling back and shooting and charging. You can, if you spend CP on the bikers, but that's what it's mainly there for. Then in the the backfield, the kill team that charged the tractor cannon absolutely drag it down and smashed it into oblivions. And they're shouting at Big Mac Bog going, come on in if you think you're... or something like that. Whatever. No! Falzinos, I shall kill you.
They should have gone after the objectives, but isn't this more fun?
It's much more fun.
Thematic.
Yeah. So, that's the end of turn 2.
Yes.
It was 3 points to 1. You get a point for that objective there, making it 4 points to 1. But I've got this one and that one, so it's now 4 points each.
4 points each. I'm going to have to make some decisions.
It's a draw. Let's find out where the objective moves at the start of turn 3 as well. So if you could roll a dice for it, see which one is the active one.
3, which
this one. Is it this one again?
I can't remember.
Oh, it's the one in the middle. 3 is the number.
No, that's number 1. It is over there.
It is that one.
It is that one.
So that'll be the one worth 2 points again. Oh, interesting.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
So 4 points each as we go on to Deathwatch. Turn 3. Here we are after the Deathwatch movement phase. They've lost the Corvus and a couple of units of Deathwatch veterans. What can they do to break the deadlock? Talk us through your genius plan, Mikey C.
We will see. So we're sticking in the Assault Doctrine.
Right, okay.
Because I want the extra AP.
Yeah.
The litanies, both the litany, +1 to hit in shooting and +1 to wound have gone on the Intercessor squad here.
Right, underneath the nobles.
Yes.
Okay.
I spent a CP to be able to fall back and shoot with the bikers.
Okay.
The combat veteran squad have moved up on your war boss.
Are you going to Bob? Why after Bob?
Because he has to die.
Oh, because he looked at you funny.
Basically, the Outriders and the Intercessors have moved up on your Meganobs there.
Okay.
Chaplain, Librarian have moved up to assault them. The Rhinos moved back so he can charge you and stop you shooting me.
Right, I like that.
And I decided, I thought the veterans might go after the Meganobs. If they did, I would probably kill them.
Right.
But, well, no, they've got a 2-up save. But then I've got a big unit of 30 boys I'd have to deal with.
Yeah, so you take these out and then the boys go charging in.
At least, I don't think you'll be able to kill off all of these guys, so I won't get the objective, hopefully.
Right.
We'll see if they survive your turn. But the firepower here, if I can whittle these boys down, and then maybe even charge in.
So a 1-2 punch in this corner to try and take this objective
I think
back.
I have to deal... I can't leave 30 boys running around, so my firepower is going to go into them.
Well, you could if you want to. You could leave them...
It would not be prudent.
They haven't done anything to anyone yet. They just sort of turned up.
They survived.
No, they're a new squad. They were on this. They were over here. They've sort of wandered on, going,
Indeed.
oh, look, there's a fight over here.
Indeed.
Okay, so no psychic. Oh, there is a psychic.
There is a psychic. He's still alive on 1 wound.
Yes.
We're going to risk it.
For a biscuit.
Risk it for a chocolate hobnob.
Okay. I love chocolate hobnobs.
He's going to put premorphic resonance on the squad.
Good luck. You've still got 3 CP.
I do have 3 CP. He fails. Do I want to re-roll that? Do I want to re-roll
for the 5
that?
up feel no pain thing.
I'm thinking
It's
it's
really-
probably better than the 5 up because I'll be hitting on 2s then
Right.
and striking you first.
You're outside of denial range as well, which is
I
interesting.
am outside of the areas. Do I want to CP that? But
Do you
then
want to CP it?
But then I could kill him and blow himself up.
You could kill him and blow himself up, and I would laugh.
We will risk it. We will risk it for the reroll. Oh! Eat that. We're not going to cast a second power because
No?
that's tempting fate.
Okay.
I've got 1 moon left. I've used my reroll and I do not. So they don't have a 5-up shrug, but they can use transhuman.
Yeah.
So that would be helpful.
Yeah,
They are now hitting on 2s
Nice.
in combat, which is kind of what I need against the nobles.
Right, your librarian survives by the skin of his teeth. Now we're coming back here. What are we doing?
We are
my
going
characters,
to
that's what we're doing.
We're going to put a crack grenade into the big mech.
Right.
And Winters, this time you have exposed yourself, and I am going to put 2 bolters into your weird boy to try and finish him off with hellfire shells.
Right, okay. He is looking a little bit exposed. Which one do you want to do first?
We'll do the bolters.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s. Yeah, I won't kill him. Winding on 3s. I wind him.
Is
No
it
AP.
AP? No AP.
No AP.
He's lucky as well.
We'll do a crack grenade into your war boss.
Into Bob.
Into 1 hit. 1 wound.
-1.
-1.
I need a 3. Oh,
He fails.
I fail.
You want to reroll that?
Nah.
D3 damage for the big 3.
Cyborg body. He shrugs one of them. He takes 2 wounds. He had an additional wound because he's the best. I'm not re-rolling any of this because I think he might be dead anyway. So Big Mac Bob is down to 4 wounds left with that extra wound that I gave him at the start. 1 heavy thunder hammer from death. Now we're coming on to this squad that Deep struck in with all the Stormbolter shots in rapid fire range, lighting up this big squad of 30 boys. Daka daka daka.
Indeed. Oh, if only I got that. If only I got that. So 40 shots hitting on 3s.
Yes. And you're winning on 4s, re-rolling at everything.
Yes.
Because of the Furor specialism.
Furor specialism.
That one. It's like me trying to say sanguinary guard.
I mean, in fairness, you have not called me the Death Guard yet.
Well, because you didn't bring much death this time round. Did you?
Oh.
Death Guard, Deathwatch, Death. That's true, actually.
So
Is that so far?
That's so far. Rerolling these.
And we end up with 22 wounds. Save me, t-shirts. Save me. 13 boys left. I'm out of charge range now, but I am exposed to the firepower from here. And you are firing these 15 shots into these boys.
Yes, if I can whittle this unit down a bit, then the bikers can go into the knobs. And quite frankly, you've got a 2-up save on the mega knobs, so there's...
Yeah, there's little point in firing at them.
Yeah. Okay, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s from my chapter tactics. That is 5. No AP.
5. In German, that's 5. Outriders into Mega Knobs.
Yep, they're -1, so yeah. They'll at least got a chance of doing... Oh, but you're in cover.
I'm in cover. It's going to be 2s.
Yeah, I think I've whittled them enough. We'll give it a go.
Okay.
3 stat. 4 to wound. Nothing. Oh well.
Then we go from this corner over here to the other kill squad, shooting at the knobs on the ramparts.
Yep.
On 3s.
2s.
2s
I put the litany off on them.
Yep.
And then 4s.
Yep. Do you reroll 1s here
nope,
at all?
they are not troops.
Okay.
5. No AP.
Okay, so 3-up save because of the light cover. Oh, they're very lucky.
All good.
Then we finished off the shooting phase with the characters firing up at the knobs and 2 of these bikes firing up at the knobs on the ramparts, only causing 1 wound. But the other 2 bikes that could see down here shot away 4 more. So this squad of 30 boys that came on last turn have been reduced to 4 left. 26 boys die in puffs of mass reactive explosions. Now we're charging, and there's going to be charges in every quarter of the battle grid for the Deathwatch. First up, we're charging the Outriders into the Mega Knobs. It's 7 because they're going through difficult ground.
Yep.
And you've got 2 CP
I've got
left.
2 CP left. I will spend that because I want them to get in.
Okay.
That's enough.
They make the charge. Then after the Outriders charged in, this squad charged in. They couldn't really fail. And over here, the Intercessors and the Chaplain have charged in as well. With the 5 inches vertically, 1 inch horizontally, these are auto charges. Is the Libby going in on 1 wound left?
He is not. He is not.
And are you charging with the Rhino over here?
Yep, Rhino's going.
I am actually going to spend my 1 CP to Overwatch.
Fair enough.
Because if you charge this, you're not going to kill it, but then I'll fall back and that's it. That's the end of my Shockdown Dragster for the rest of the game. So I need to kill this Rhino before it charges in. Otherwise you take this out. Mm-hmm. So here's the 2 shots from the target.
I mean, we are only in turn 3. There's still quite a lot of the game left, eventually.
I can reroll one of these because I'm lucky. And I don't hit. And because I rolled a 1, I do a mortal wound to myself.
Oh dear.
And then the rocket misses. So you make the charge.
Yep.
And then we come all the way down here into the Orc compound where this kill team charges Big Mac Bob. And then one last charge. The bikers zip round here. The 5 inch, 1 inch rule means they are engaged. In IRL, they're really chucking grenades and shooting pistols at point blank range. Right, we're starting with the bikers. No piling in there, just 2 attacking. With the Parax first.
Parax first, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, that's cool.
Yep.
Rerolling the 1.
Yep.
3 hits. Strength 6, so 3s.
Yep.
Only one.
18
minus 2, I believe, for Power X.
Because I'm going to set the defend.
3.
And
Minus
add 1.
3.
Okay, so 6 up and vulnerable save. Oh,
Yeah, nice.
lucky.
The Power Sword.
Yes.
That's 2 hits.
3s to wound. Are rerolling
Don't
ones?
no, don't, because
they're
they're not
elites.
troops.
Okay. Okay, so the bikes failed to damage them. On to the chaplain. Hitting on 2s. And wounding on
3s.
Yep. Drop dice don't count.
Oh, I just realised I have not been using his Warlord trait at all this game.
What's his warlord trait?
I get to pick a unit and pick a different chapter tactic.
Oh.
I have forgotten all about that this game, so
that might have been handy.
would have been handy on them this turn. That is...
Well, you can do it now this turn if you want to. I'm happy.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, well, I'll put them at elites then, so they get to reroll 1s to wound against elites.
Okay, cool.
But, 3 wounds at minus 3, I believe, because of the Salt Doctrine.
3 up in Vuns.
3 up in Vuns?
Sorry, 6 up in Vuns. You kill 3 of them. So there are 6 nobles left. Now you're spending your last CP on death to the alien.
Yes.
So this squad gets an extra attack each.
I was going to consider doing it against the Mega Knobs, but I kind of want to wipe these guys out because they could take me off the objective.
Okay.
So, hitting on 2s.
Yep.
Rerolling 1s.
Yep. Because of litanies and things. And you're using your chapter tactic this time round as well.
Yes, now that I've remembered, that's always a bonus. So, wounding on 3s because of the litany.
Yep.
And then rerolling 1s. Because you very kindly let me off with my stupidity.
Well, we forget things.
And that helps. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 at minus 1.
16 5-up saves. Right, there's 1.5 knobs left alive. Then we remembered that these guys couldn't charge because they fell back. But they didn't do any damage to the knobs anyway.
They keep changing the rules. Bikers could fall back and charge before, but they can't now.
In Deathwatch they could.
They could with a CP.
So we put them back. It doesn't change the game at all anyway. So thanks for leaving the comment below. They're back there. Now we're coming across to the Outriders who've charged the Mega Knobs. Yes. 12 attacks, hitting on 3.
Outriders, 3s. Rerolling the 1s.
Because I'm Xenos.
Just as well. I really like that new rule. 4s, no rerolls. That is 2, 4, 5 at minus 2. Because
of the Assault Doctrine. So I need a bunch of 4s here. And I fail 3 of them. So one of the Mega Knobs falls. Then the Intercessors attack the last remaining Mega Knob, causing 8 wounds at minus 1. And he only takes 1 wound. Then from this corner, we go down to these charging units against Big Mech Bob.
Yes. We'll start off with a heavy Thunder Hammer, see if he can finish him off.
Thunder Hammer to the face.
Hitting on 4s.
Ooh, mama.
Strength 8.
Wounding on 2s. AP.
3 wins, AP minus 3.
5s. No.
That's 12 damage.
12 5-up shrugs. Did he build his cyborg body strong enough? No. No, he didn't. And Big Mech Bob gets crushed into the ground. Then the kill team consolidate into the mech gun, which struck back and didn't do any damage. Over here, the Rhino rammed the shock jump dragster and didn't damage it, but it managed to put 1 wound back on the Rhino. And now we're going to fight back here with the Mega Knobs. Do I hit the Intercessors or the Outriders? It'd be rude not to hit the Intercessors, wouldn't it? So let's hit them. On 4s, re-rolling one of these, and killing on 2s.
Right.
I smashed 2 of them. And then to the other unit of nobles on the ramparts with the 2 kill saws, hitting those Intercessors on 4s. Let's re-roll one of these. And then killing on 2s again. And re-rolling one of these. And I wipe out 3 of them. Unless they have the feel no pain thing.
Did you not? I didn't get that off. Would that not be 4?
That didn't hit.
Oh, okay. So
3.
3. Yes, I no CP for transhuman either, so 3 die.
Then I take them around with these guys. I need a 1. I fail. One of them runs and the other one holds. You take them around. Don't roll a 6.
I've lost 3. I'm leadership 7, so 5 or a 6. Oh no, sorry, this squad. Doesn't matter. I fail. 1 flees and on a 1. Nope, he's good because they ignore the penalty.
Yeah, you ignore the combat attrition thing. So interestingly,
and then over intercessors over here.
I lose 1. Don't roll a 6 here.
No,
you don't.
Good.
You're good. That's the end of Deathwatch turn 3. Oh, and I need a big morale test for the swarm of 30 boys there, down to 4. And one of them runs away. There's 3 left on 1s and 2s. More run away. So basically there's only 2 left there. And at the end of Deathwatch turn 3, I've got 3 models here. A shock jump dragster locked up in combat over here. A knob here on his own. And a kill team running through my backfield. The Deathwatch have killed and killed and killed a huge pile of orcs. A huge swarm, mob, murder, herd of orcs. But it ain't over yet as we go to Orcs turn 3. Oh, it ain't over yet, boys. I've stayed locked up in combat here because you reminded me kindly enough that it's a vehicle and it can shoot into combat. So now I'm thinking, why did I even bother to spend that CP? But I'm going to shoot into combat, hopefully blow off the rhino. You need to blow off a rhino every now and then to give you some mobility. And the truck with the 11 shooter boys has come in because your librarian is on 1 wound left. Shoot him in the back. Kill him in close combat with my knob. We're contesting that objective. You don't get the points.
This is more tactics than I'm expecting
too
from
much
the orc.
Tactics for an orc, I know.
It's annoying because he's got my relic in which I could teleport the Stormwater guys over. So if he dies, I'm
oh yeah, you've got that
there.
thing you can teleport within 6 inches of him.
Mm-hmm.
And they're over there. How many objectives are over there?
0. But there's a lot of dead orcs in their defence.
There is actually. They murdered a lot of boys. Shoot at the guys in the middle with the things. My shock jump, my gun, he fell back because you don't have any CP.
Nope.
So you can't heroically intervene. So that's falling back there. Try and blow you off of this objective here. So blow off the rhino, blow off the bikers, charging over here. But it starts with the psychic thing. And it starts with Weird Boy Will heroically the jumping himself on a 7 to get away from these guys that just killed Bob in front of him. Come on, Will, you can do this. Oh dear.
You have a CP, you gain 1.
He takes D3 mortal wounds to himself and he's on 2 left. So that's a 2/3 chance of him dying unless I spend my CP. Or do I trust in the power of more? I've got to reroll. Because the idea is he jumps over there, you see. And then there's smites that can happen and all sorts of shenanigans. That's the plan. Do I need him that much? Damn it, I need to think now. Yes, I do. Let's spend the CP. Every time I've done this to do a reroll, it hasn't worked. And it doesn't work this time either. So he fails to jump, so he's useless. So I'm going to smite. Let's smite. That works. That's a 10. I don't get any bonuses to this, but it will do D3 mortal wounds to that kill team there.
Nice.
And that's the end of psychic shenanigans. Right, let's shoot some guns. I'm going to shoot a custom mega cannon, the injured one, into the squad of bikes. D6 shots for 3 shots. I'm going to hit you on 4s. And a dack. Look, interesting. Okay, only 3 hits. I'll wound them on 3s. And I get 3 wounds.
2.
2 wounds. AP -3.
Save 1.
D6 damage. 1's on 2 left?
Yep.
He's dead.
One's dead.
See, now I could shoot the gun into them. Because are there any invulnerable saves in there anymore?
Yes, I do have 1 storm shield remaining.
Alright, let's shoot these guys instead. They're the ones on the objective anyway, right? Yeah, let's shoot them. 6 shots!
Again.
6, as the Germans say. 4s. Reroll, no re-rolling, but 2 dackers. I get 5 hits on the bikers. Winning on 3s, here's the tough part. It'd be nice to have a command point to re-roll one of these. But I don't need it. That's 4 wounds, 4 6-up saves on the bikes.
Ouch.
This could sting.
Ouch. No, I make 2.
You lucky blue git. D3, D6, sorry.
1
D6.
dead, and 1 in the wind.
That could have been a lot worse.
That should be 2 dead.
Is that
should be 3 dead in fairness.
2 wounds left, right?
Yes, sorry,
I
apologies.
count down, you count up.
Yes, I do.
It confuses me. Across to here, I'm going to shoot the rhino into close combat. Now, interestingly, the shock rifle is an assault weapon, so it's not -1 to hit, so it's still hitting you on 3s. And I can reroll one of these because I'm lucky. And I hit you once. I'll wound it on a 3, and it's -3 on the roll.
Nope.
D6.
1.
And I can reroll that because I'm lucky. 3 damage.
Down to 1.
Rocket hits. I think it's a heavy. No, it's not heavy.
No, they're assault.
And I've done my reroll to wound because I'm lucky, so I haven't killed you. I think that's the end of my shooting phase because I've got very few guns left. So, yeah, and I can't shoot over here. Instead, the boys need to make a charge. Oh, yes, of course. Yes. I've got a huge battalion of shooter boys in here. There's 367 shots coming out into your librarian. That was very orky of me. 21 shots. 5s to hit the Libby.
Ooh.
I'm lucky, and I DACA. I wound on 4s, or via, as the Germans say. 4 wounds, 4 3-up saves. Or your Libby gets it.
No CP remaining. Oh, he survives till the truck shoots him.
Oh yeah, the truck's got a gun. Big shooter. Reroll one of them.
And DACA.
And a DACA. And it's strength 5.
3s.
I can reroll one of them.
There was only one.
No, I got a DACA, didn't I?
You missed though.
Oh.
The DACA.
Okay, 1 wound.
1 wound. Saved.
Until the truck rams you. That's the thing. The truck will ram.
Yes.
Did I do that truck?
You did not.
That truck into the... I did. I think I did. I'm sure I did. Right, we're going to charge. This guy, they're going to charge. And I'm going to charge... If I kill these, I get that objective, right? So let's charge them.
We're both obsec. You have to kill at least 3.
So I'm going to charge just them. I'm in.
Okay.
Right, like that, in the jungles. I'm going to charge here with my truck. Because if I kill that bike, what?
You made it.
Yeah.
I thought it was this one.
No, this truck.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was this one.
Because if I kill that bike, then I get you off that objective.
Oh, we claim it, yeah.
And then, that truck's going to charge that way. And I wish I had a CP left for ramming speed, because then I could do mortal wounds.
Yes.
But I don't. And that gets in as well. Woohoo! And it looks like this. Then your chaplain heroically intervened into my noble. Now we're going to go over here. You don't have any command points to interrupt anyway.
Nope.
Starting off with the big chopper from the boys that just charged in on 4s. That's painful. This is brutal. And 2s, and I can reroll one of them. So you need to make 2 6-up saves on your intercessor.
Is it -2 or 3?
It's -3 with a power claw. It's the old school one. Because in your
it's a claw.
power
Sorry,
claw.
you said big chopper.
Power claw, sorry.
Power claw. That's right. 6s.
Oh, you make one. Yeah, he's got a big power. Where is
and
it?
D3 damage.
Yeah, D3.
For 2, kills 1.
Kills 1. And then the guy with the slugger chopper. I haven't done a reroll to hit. So 2 hits. 1 wound.
1 wound. Takes 1.
Okay. And that's that. Now we're on to the truck. I've got to kill these bikers. 3 attacks. Hitting on 5s. Reroll 1 because I'm lucky. It's got the clan keyword. That's the driver running backwards and forwards. Wounds on that. 2 3-up saves or the bike dies. Oh, and you've got no CP, and that objective is contested. It's like I planned it all along. Let's do that again. Second truck, ramming a librarian from behind. And he misses. Oh, I can reroll 1 because I'm lucky. The librarian's going to live. The librarian's going to live. Is that all the charging units?
I believe... Does heroic intervention count as a charge?
No. So now I have a chance to fight you.
No, I fight first. Because it's your turn.
Oh yeah, you're a defending unit. Do you want to start down here, or do you want to start with your champion?
Well... I think, the intercessors have still got the power on them, so they will strike first.
Oh, okay.
He will strike first. I think the bikers have more... The bikers have 8 attacks. This squad were charged. They only have 7. So I will go with the bikers, and they will attack the boys to try and kill them.
Really?
Yes, really.
Okay, right. So 8
because
attacks.
if I can kill one of them, then you don't have obsec anymore.
That works. I like it.
So
Threes to hit, right?
3s to hit. Rerolling 1s.
There's
no, sorry. They were not charged.
Yeah.
So it is...
Well, they've got 2 attacks each, plus the chainsword, plus...
I don't get an extra for shock assault.
Yeah,
so I will go with Intercessors then, because they get 7. They get 7 attacks.
Okay.
Because they were charged. So 3s. Rerolling the 1s. And then 4s.
Right, okay.
Rerolling 1s. Only 2 at -1.
6 up and vulnerable saves. You kill 1.
I kill 1.
So it looks like this. We should do this guy. Technically it would be your go, my go, your go, but he had the psychic power on him, so he should have struck first anyway.
So technically.
So we're going back to him.
3.
Yes.
Because they don't have chainswords, so 3 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Nice.
Rerolling the 1.
Nice.
Winding on 3s. 2 wins, -1.
Okay. He takes a wound.
He takes a wound.
And then you're going to hit him with the chaplain. But over here...
Well, it's your choice next to fight.
I think the Meganob can take it. So I'm going to try and... Mind you, if you kill him with the chaplain... Then...
But if you attack with the Meganob, I will choose the bikers and go after your Obsec knob. So if I kill him, then you can't steal the objective. We can draw that, we can contest that. So if my bikers get to attack and kill the knob, you've not got any Obsecs and you've only got 1 model.
So what are you suggesting? I kill the dudes?
So if you kill the 2 bikers
Yeah.
or the 2 intercessors,
Yeah.
we will draw on that objective.
Okay.
But, well, I could still kill. Odds are you won't kill the bikers, so it's risky. It's up, well, or you kill the intercessor here, so we draw on this one.
I'm going to go here. Meganob's going to kill the things.
Well, if you kill the intercessor and I don't kill you...
But the chaplain's going to kill me.
Yeah, that's true.
He's going to kill me.
Yeah.
So let's go here with them. Meganob.
If you kill the bikers, you could... Well, I don't know if you can kill the bikers.
No, I'm going to kill the intercessors.
Okay.
Let's contest. 4s. Reroll 1 because I'm lucky.
Nice.
2s to kill.
2s to kill.
Dead intercessors.
Yep. But if I kill the knob with those guys,
Yeah.
I take the objective.
Yeah. So the bikers pile in. They're going to strike the knob. 6 attacks because they weren't charged.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because that's what Deathwatch do. Wounding on 4s.
Rerolling 1s, which I don't get any. That's 2 -2.
So I need to make a 6 up and vulnerable save to contest this objective. Otherwise you'll have 2 on it and I'll have 1.
Yep.
And he's not that lucky. You will get the 2 points for this objective here. See, that's game-changing stuff there. Just as this contestant over here is game-changing. So my knob will now strike your intercessor on 4s and reroll 1 of them. And he'll kill him on a 2. And that's the last intercessor.
D3. He's got 2 wins. Oh,
it's strength.
Oh, it's flat damage.
Yeah. That's the kill
Yep.
saw.
He's
That's
dead.
the strength 10 -4, 2 damage kill saw. And now your chaplain can enact sweet revenge after he heroically intervened on 2s. And wounding on 3s.
That is 4 wins -2.
Yeah, I need to make some 6s. I don't make enough 6s and he gets wiped out. The chaplain clears away the nobles from the ramparts and claims that objective. The librarian turns around and takes some swings at this truck here. Fails to wound it, in fact. 5s to wound. Now we're coming over here. Can the shock jump trackster break its way through on 4s, re-rolling 1 of them? Yes, it might be able to. And 5s, re-roll 1 of them. Okay, -1, 1 damage. 4 on the rhino. The rhino lives.
1 attack back. Nothing.
And bumps against the side of the shock jump dragster. That's the end of turn 3.
Everyone's attack. Yeah.
Now, interestingly enough, you get a point for this one here. This one's contested, and you outnumber me on that objective down there. So you're winning by 3 points. It was 4 each, but now it's 7 points to 4 in favour of the Deathwatch. Let's roll a dice again and find out which objective it will be in turn 4.
Number 1,
That's
which is
the
the
one
central.
right in the centre of the battlefield, will become critical as we head on to Deathwatch, turn 4. In the Deathwatch movement phase, they continue to occupy all parts of this battle grid, the Outriders staying locked up here and the Rhino there. Now, the plan was, with your Librarian's redeploy relic, to try and jump these guys up and over and get them into the fight, the guys that teleported in last turn. But there isn't enough space here to be 9 inches away from the enemy and wholly within 6 inches of your Librarian. So instead, he's jumped up onto that objective there and shouting from his lungs. Meanwhile, these two remaining bikers zip round, including the chaplain and the veteran, to contest this objective. You're leaving the truck behind, and there's going to be charges.
We are
over here into the mech gun.
Tactical Doctrine.
Tactical Doctrine
I
now.
want the AP on them, and he used both litanies on himself.
Yes. The idea is just to shoot at the truck, and then you will control that objective. All right, Mikey C, Psychic Phase. On your 1 wound, Libby.
He is not bothering because
Hey,
there's no power I really need.
You've got a bit of a headache.
Although the shrug would be nice on him,
It would be nice.
but you are in deny range.
You've got a CP back.
That's true, and I don't really need it
What's
for
the
anything.
worst that could happen?
The worst that happens is kill myself. We'll put 45 with contempt on him. You've
On
convinced
himself.
me. On himself. It goes off.
I might as well try and deny it. I don't deny it.
So that's
He's
fine.
got a shrug. That might keep him alive.
Yes, that's probably wise. I'll keep with that. That's fine.
Okay. And then we ran through the shooting phase. Bolt pistols into combat here didn't wound my mech. The Rhino didn't wound the shock jump dragster with his stormbolters. What happened in the centre was lots of firepower raining into the truck. Truck died. Truck didn't go boom. And then there were grenades and other shots. And Whitboy Will is escaping by the skin of his teeth there, failing to wound him as well. Basically, at the end of the shooting phase, lots of small arms all over the place, and only the truck went down. Then this kill team charged both of the mech guns, and your chaplain wants to charge that truck.
Yes, he's going to see if he can take that out.
It's a 7.
It's a 7. That's a fail. I've got 1 CP remaining. Why not? Why not? That's a pass.
He goes flying in there, and his litanies were on himself
Yes.
with dedicated transport. So we'll start there. 6 attacks on the charge.
5. He's
5
4
attacks on the
days.
charge. 2s to hit. Re-rolling the hit with his litany.
Yes.
He
And
doesn't need it.
why did I do that? Because he's re-rolling 1s anyway, because he's Xenos. Doesn't matter. Strength
6,
6.
toughness 6, yeah.
So 4s,
Which
plus
become-
1 to win is 3s.
Yes.
Re-rolling 1s because he finally remembered his thing on himself. That is
Okay.
4 at -2.
6s. I don't make any. The
8
truck.
damage.
Yes. On 6s, Ramshackle kicks in. So
Oh, nice.
that becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The truck's
Nice.
on 4 wounds left. Truck's on 4 wounds left. Now charging units over here. Heavy Thunderhammer hitting this one.
This one,
This one.
I think.
Okay.
The more unwounded one. Yes, so hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s.
Yep.
That's 3 hits. Winding toughness.
5.
So winding on 3s. 3 wins at -3.
Yeah, don't get a save. Dead thing. And then...
Does it blow?
No.
Can it blow?
No. I wish they could. That'd be lovely. Then the Black Shield on the other one. 5 attacks with his power sword.
Hitting on 2s.
Yes. Rerolling 1s.
1s. Then strength 5.
Toughness
So
5.
4s.
And a
1.
Oh.
-3.
I get... He's on 1 wound left, but there's the guy with the
He's got
claw.
a chainsword as well.
Has he? Extra attack with chainsword. 2s to hit.
Yes.
Rerolling 1s.
Nothing.
And it doesn't wound. So it's going to be down to the claw. 1 wound left. Lightning claw. Hitting on 3.
I've got 3 base, +1 for shock assault, +1 for each
Yep.
claw.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. Ooh, just as well.
5
3.
to wound. Rerolling to wound. 1 wound.
4s to wound. Lightning claws are +1,
Okay.
I believe. No? +1 strength. Oh, I think all power items are. 3 wounds. I'll double check that.
It
just in
doesn't
case.
matter. It's on 1 wound left, and I don't get a save. Both of the tractor guns are gone. And so it looks like this. Yeah, Lightning Claws to strength 4, consolidating into the cover. Then defenders fight first. So my Meganob gets a chance to take out these Outriders on 4s. Rerolling one of these. So far he's been a boss, and he hits 3 times. Strength 10.
2s.
At -4, 2 damage.
So that kills 1 and puts 1 on 2 wounds.
Interesting. The Outrider and the Meganob are on 2 wounds each now. Then I did the truck slamming against your chaplain, did nothing. The Rhino put a wound on my shock jump dragster, and it's fighting back. And it hits on 4s actually. So that was a 4. Yes, 2 hits. It'll wound on 5s. Please wound. It doesn't wound. Because I wanted to kill it in close combat, then I'd be free to shoot next turn. Maybe a chaplain.
Charge, yeah.
So that is the end of your turn 4.
Yes.
You're on all 3 objectives again.
Well, for the moment.
What, if anything, can the boys do in turn 4? Here we are after the Orcs movement phase. I've got very few units left, but Orcs is never beaten. I should be able to kill this guy here, claim this objective, and glory for Murphy's War. Meanwhile, over here, the shooter boys get out of the truck. The idea is to charge him, kill him, then they get lit up by these guys. But at least I will control that objective because it's 7-4 and I need points. And then the truck is contesting that one. Now, if I kill him, I'll get that one as well. Interesting times. So in order to do that, a couple of dominoes must fall in place. The first domino, however, is Weird Boy Will needs to jump. Come on, Will. You can do it. He fails to jump. Right, I'm not going to CP reroll that because he will just disappoint me. Instead, I'll smite. And that passes and does a mortal wound to the heavy Thunderhammer dude. Interesting.
Yes, you can see them.
Right. Teleport, tractor cannon, bam, into the Libby. It hits. It'll wound you on a 2. It wounds. You got +1 to your armor save there, but it's AP -2. So it's a 4-up save.
Yes.
4-up or die. Mind you, put his feel no pain on, didn't he?
No.
Okay.
Damage.
So D6. Did doing that feel no pain, did it work? 6 damage. 6 5s, or I take that objective from you. Crunch you with my tractor cannon. I crunch you with my tractor cannon.
He
glorious,
does.
Glorious,
Oh,
glorious,
dear.
glorious.
Oh, dear.
Now, all of these boys here are going to shoot your warlord. And I duck it away and did no damage at all. Now the shock jump dragster shooting this with the targeting squig. And I'm going to reroll that because I'm lucky. I hit it twice. Wound it on 3s. I wound it twice. 2 6-up saves. I finally kill the Rhino. Don't blow up, please. It doesn't blow up. And it breaks my shock jump dragster out of close combat. And now, if we go on to the Orc phase, the boys are going to charge this biker in the middle. And I make the charge. And we end up here. Then the chaplain heroically intervened into the truck. And now we get to fight 3 power claws to the face on 4s. Rerolling 1. And wounding on 2s. Can you make a bunch of 6s, please? Or I take this objective from you. I take my fortress back.
No, he's dead.
I murder him. I kill him. I rip his body out of his armor and eat him. And yummy, yummy, yummy. I got meat in my tummy and I'm going to turn it into poo. Right, so that's the end of that fight. Defenders now go first. Where would you like to start? With your dude?
Yeah.
Or with the other dude?
No, I don't know how heroic works, but he's not going to kill him.
That's the Orc song, you know.
Yeah.
That's famous Orc song.
It's a good song.
That's what Murphy's War sings anyway.
So, into your hit on 3s. Can I kill him? Rerolling. Ooh, wounding on 4s. 2 at -1. Please die.
2 threat saves.
He's
alive on 1 wound left. I've still got a command point.
I don't know if it's worth it.
I don't think it's worth it.
You'll probably kill me anyway.
I'm probably going to kill you anyway. So let's do that now. Let's try and kill you. Let's interrupt and fight back on 4s. And 1 of them. And then 2s. He's dead because he's only got 2 wounds left. And that's 4 wounds anyway. And I claim this objective. It is mine. In the name of Murphy's Waagh, I shall plant a flag here and say, This place is now this place in the name of Murphy's War. Right, your chaplain, heroically intervening into truck, 5 attacks, choose to hit. You've still got the you've still got the litany for dedicated transport thing.
So wounding on 3s?
Yes.
Yes, thanks.
This is to take this objective. This is big.
4 wounds at -2.
I make one of them.
So that's 6 damage.
It's got 4 left. Now, if I make 3 6s, I will ramshackle my way out of this. I don't make any 6s. Does the truck blow? The truck does not blow. And the combat, end of the combat looks like this. The chaplain can't pile in any closer to that objective there. So the Deathwatch do not take that objective. I get 2 points for this one. 1 point for this one. And at the end of turn 4, it's 7 points each again. Somehow, Murphy's Waagh are defending this fortification and hanging on by the skin of their teeth. 7 each. Interesting. Let's see what objective will be active in turn. Because if it is a 1, 2, if it's the 3 again. Anyway, let's see which one's active.
Number 1.
That's the central one.
Which is the central one.
The central objective in turn 5 will be the active objective. It's rather fitting, very fitting, as we head on to Deathwatch, turn 5. Right, that was a quick movement phase because the Deathwatch have 3 units left. They've gone into the Assault Doctrine one more time, skipping the Devastator all completely. You've moved the kill team onto that objective there. So you have that one. I have this one. It's all about the fight for the central objective. You pull the litanies and stuff on your chaplain one more time. You're not in rapid fire range with those guys, but you can fire a lot of firepower in and charge and potentially kill these off the objective.
Yep.
And potentially win the game. Maybe. I can't believe how close it is.
Oh, I know.
So let's go on to the shooting phase. 20 shots from the veterans into the shooter boys on 3s. Daka, daka, daka. I love the sound of bolt guns in the morning.
Wounding on 4?
Yes, indeed. Any re-rolls or anything here?
Full re-rolls because you're trooped.
Oh, yes, of course, because of the Furor.
I mean, that was a pretty good roll to begin with.
What's it called again? The Furry.
Furor.
What is about furries anyway? Who does furries? How many wounds?
11.
11 wounds. There's 11 boys in the squad. 6s. There's 1 boy left. Actually, that's the boss knob on 2 wounds. Now the chaplain. The killing blow. Montcar. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. That's enough.
-2.
He's dead.
1, sorry. -1.
And the last shot now is this chap here with a vengeance round pointing at Weird Boy Will. He can see him. This is 2 damage. He's got 2 wounds left. He hits. Wounds on a 4. Doesn't.
I have 1 CP remaining.
For spite.
Spite for victory.
For victory.
Stop
Because
you
of course
smite.
he can smite. He can do stuff.
Wounds.
6 up in Vun or death? Death. So currently, 7 each. You'll get a point. I'll get a point. It's all about this objective here. If I can contest it, it'll be a draw. If I can kill you, it'll be victory. I will gain a command point in Orc's turn 5.
Yes.
So I'll be up to 2, yes.
And realistically, you can't move in to contest it because I'll be able to heroically intervene. So you do have to charge him, I think. Or, because I don't think you can teleport to this side.
No. I can't teleport in there. It's going to have to be a charge.
To be glorious combat.
Glorious combat in Orc's turn 5. The shock jump dragster moves forward. The tractor cannon shoots at him, hits the chaplain, wounds the chaplain. 4 up invulnerable save.
Should have saved that CP. Completely forgot.
He fails the save. D6 damage. For 1 damage, he's got 6 left. 6 wounds left. Now, what I'm thinking here is shoot everything in the shotgun into him. If I kill him, it's a draw. If I get him down to, but if I overkill him and get him down to 1 wound and then charge him and kill him in close combat, I could win. So it's shoot him for a draw or shoot him for a win. So I have to shoot him. Not so. Pull the trigger. Here's the targeting squig. Go on, squig. Reroll that because I'm lucky. Okay, brilliant. And then strength 8.
Please.
Reroll that because I'm lucky. Come on. It's a wound. 4 up save. Here we go.
Oh, they've abandoned me now.
D6 damage. For 5 damage, it's on 1 wound left. Then a rocket comes zipping out towards you and misses. And I have 2 CP. 2 CP. And I'm going to spend a CP on ramming speed. And it costs 2 CP, but I've got 1 back this turn, so I've got 2 CP. The way it works is you roll 3d6. I'm going to ram your chaplain to death. That's a 12-inch charge. I end there, and at the end of the charge phase, you roll a dice, and on a 2-up, I do D3 mortal wounds to your chaplain, like that, and kill him and win the game! It's a victory for Murphy's Waagh. With 2 kill teams running wild inside the Orc encampment, the Orcs begin to push back through, the chaplain of the Deathwatch falling. This is the way the world ends. A victory for Murphy's Waagh. You should have kept that CP.
Gutted. Gutted.
Yeah, I get a point. You get a point. I get an extra 2 points. I didn't know it was going to be so close. In turn 2, turn 3 for the Orcs, I thought it was all over.
In fairness, so did I.
But somehow I managed to fluke that. I think actually what really counted there was the going second. I was able to counter onto these objectives. So yes, you had the advantage of that first turn push and the spell. We talked about this right at the very start. You had the advantage of doing damage straight away, and you did some nasty damage straight away. You took out the looters, bam. They were not in the fight at all. You did some serious damage straight away, but I had the opportunity to counter and counter and counter. Yeah. What do you think of this scenario? I quite like that scenario. Random.
Those mega knobs were MVPs.
I don't take them very often. I need to take them more often.
They were crazy. I think a couple of mistakes. Not bringing those guys in turn 2 to deal with your big mob.
Yes.
I probably would have wiped them.
Oh, the unit. There's 3 left.
That jumped or green tided.
But over. Then you brought them in the next turn and killed them anyway.
But you wouldn't have been able to green tide them.
Yeah.
Had I wiped them. And then they might have dealt with the mega knobs. Yeah. To be honest, I forgot. I was so caught up in trying to kill Weird Boy Will that I forgot that auto hits and all your stratagems. I should have saved the CP for that.
You are aware of ramming speed, right?
No, I wasn't.
No.
Is that
really?
Orc?
That's an Orc one. It's been around forever.
I know, but I don't play Orcs often. So.
Oh. Okay.
No, it's fine. It's pretty epic, to be honest. I thought you were struggling. I thought from turn 2 onwards, I thought I had this game in the bag, but it just goes to show.
Dude, I've got a mega knob, a thing, and a tractor cannon. And
they did well. They did well with the.
They were
losing. I thought when you lost the morale down to 1, I thought I've got this, and then you brought one back on a 6. That helped.
That yes, that keeping order, breaking heads, whatever it's called. Knobs have it, and the other knobs have it. The knobs have it. I knew there was something that allowed them to stop boys running off.
Again, narratively, probably better sending these guys after the objectives to kill them off, but it made more fun.
Dude, they rampaged. They killed 1 gun, 2 gun, 3 guns, Big Mech Bob, and the Dragster. They because they came in with the heavy Thunderhammer Storms, because they came back here, that's why I was trying to jump and get away from them all game up into the other part of the battlefield. I was scared of them.
It was annoying if I'd been able to move them a bit closer.
Yeah.
To teleport them in and going after that one, but
with the librarian who couldn't pull them in there. Yeah, that was a thing as well. But that was just luck on my part, because where the boys were.
That was a hell of a game, I got to say. I did not see that coming. It looked as though there were very few left, but it was surprising how close it was throughout.
My dead part was spectacular.
Yeah.
The other thing is, it was open war. It could have been some of the deployment zones in open war. Some of the objectives in open war are weird. I mean, just grabbing from the deck, look at this. We could have ended up deploying, look at that for a deployment for turn 1. That's just crazy. So, yeah, it was random all the way through. To be fair, you haven't played that much ninth because of lockdown and COVID and all that sort of shenanigans. And I'm lucky enough to be a recording technical.
That's no excuse. I don't think I made any mistakes other than that CP. You know, I left a few characters exposed, but that was a calculated risk. I wouldn't say it just coming down to that final.
I don't think there were any glaring mistakes. I think that was a Hail Mary. There are lots of things. I needed to kill the rhino to get out. There was lots of things, dominoes that needed to fall for that to happen. But your chaplain holding the gateway at the end and then getting lit up and rammed by a shock jump drabster. It's one of these Hollywood moments that we play the game for, right?
It's the shorter 5 tons. Ton 6. I would have been on this.
Yes.
And, odds are I would have. It's the 5-ton games. You need to, as I say, they did good work over there, but then they got stranded and made it a bit more difficult to get over onto the objective. So it's pretty. That was a fun game. It was very, very close throughout.
On the downside, a really big downside, another Kevin wasn't born today. There was an opportunity for a knob to rise up and be christened a new warlord, christened a new champion. But that didn't happen today. Instead, Murphy's War just managed to hang in there to squeak a victory.
Even if he did get born into a new warlord, I think Murphy would have him dealt with. Can't have that sort of upstart.
No, Murphy doesn't. Like I said, not a lot of people survive in the vicinity of Murphy. He is an absolute... Gasgol Thraka is a pup compared to Murphy. Pup.
I'm liking the Deathwatch though. The rerolls in combat.
Yeah.
They're a scary combat army against Xenos now.
That added up.
It really did.
Yeah, and there's lots of I also like the opportunity to change Devastator Assault Tactical to what phase you wanted it to be in. That was that kicked in as well.
I mean, it would have been, because you had the 6-up invuln on your troops, tactical wasn't as effective.
Yeah.
Because you had your 6-up save.
Yeah.
Had you not, you wouldn't be getting any saves.
Yeah.
And it would have been brutal. Turn 1 would have been brutal.
Well, because of the prevalence of AP-1 in Space Marine armies, I think that Lucky Blue gets... I think most Orc players are going to be running that now.
The rerolls are amazing. The amount of rerolls you can get. On something like Marines or Eldar, it's broken. But on Orcs, it's needed. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. It's that or no save whatsoever as well, you see. So you need it.
Yeah, I like Deathwatch. They've got a good combat punch. Yeah. The veterans are solid. The psychic powers are brilliant.
Yeah.
Those two are... You saw how much damage they stopped on the Outriders.
Yes. Yes.
had the Apothecary survived, to bring a few more back, I might have taken out the Mega Knobs.
Well, that's a new thing as well. In a Deathwatch force, suddenly having chaplains, librarians, apothecaries buffing each other and complementing each other. Your HQ slot beforehand was bare, very bare. But now you've got lots of different chocolates in the chocolate box.
Yep, the Outriders. I think I'll be taking them again. They were solid.
Outriders,
they do a lot of work.
Yeah, with that, again, +1 to, in the Deathwatch book. It's good. Okay, so that was glorious. Thanks for coming down.
No, it was a pleasure. That was a great game.
St Andrews Wargaming. And what's the name of your club when you finally get it up and running
it's again? It's just Didcot War Games Club.
Didcot War Games Club.
Nice and simple for the Google results.
They blew up that power station, didn't they?
They did recently.
That was that used to dominate the horizon. I think they should have left one of the towers up because it's a...
I mean, we've still got the Railway Museum, for all the tourists come to Didcot. We've still got the Railway Museum, we don't have the power station.
All the tourists go, oh dear. There's a Railway Museum in Swindon, but don't. Anyway, yes. This is urbanmats.com, this battle mat. I actually like this one, it's very generic. Cromlech.eu for the Orky terrain. If you'd like to support me, please consider subscribing to deploymentzone.tv, where you can get some more videos. Follow me on Instagram, DZTV/winters.seo. Are you on Instagram?
No. Just Twitter and Facebook.
I don't do the Twitter thing.
It's good. The 40k Twitter community is actually quite active. A lot. I'd say, you get a lot of good feedback.
Any particular community you want to shout out in particular?
So the Warhammer community tag's pretty useful. There's the Warmongers hashtag, which a lot of people post in.
Okay.
That's rather good.
Cool. The thing is, communities like that, I have my own. If you become a DZTV patron, that unlocks the community with the Discords there, and I'm active in there, plus all the other stuff. I do like social media these days, and the way it is bringing the gaming community closer together, because back in the day, you only knew 2 or 3 people who lived on your street and you got to play with them. Now you get to play with people. That's how we met.
Yeah.
Social media brought us together. I finally met Batman, who may not be Batman.
Probably not.
Well, not in the same room together. Not in the same room together. Anyway, thanks for coming down, guys. Thanks for coming down, Mikey C. I hope you enjoyed that battle report, guys. Happy wargaming.